How y'all doing? Welcome to the latest episode of Moe Factz Late Night Live. And I'm riding with my man, Young Grump. And this is episode Meek Mill on Wheels. How you doing, Grump?
Good. Question.
Yes, sir.
Do I sound like I'm lagging right now, or we're perfect?
You sound perfect. How did he sound in the live chat, y'all? Yeah, they'll let me know if you sound lagging. You sound good to me, though. But how's everything going?
Everything's going excellent. You sound crispy clear, like you're in the damn Joe Rogan studio. I'm excellent, by the way. Those of y'all, I don't know why, but I have this self-conscious just to let y'all know that I have a suit and tie on as we speak. I'm in my vehicle.
I can verify that, and he even made me put a dress shirt on tonight, no hoodie tonight. So we're gonna be official here tonight. So let's speak to some people. I'm gonna go not too far up. Davy Jones, Mr. Scamper, Not Yoda, Judy S. We got Beezy in the house.
Just show up real quick. I gotta do a little check. Just let them know.
All right.
This is how we doing right
now. Yeah, he's suited and booted, y'all.
Suited and booted. While in the vehicle.
Got Greeny Green, Indigo P, Gold Crown. How you doing, Dan? Tabby trolling in the house. I'm waiting another comparison video, bro. I'm waiting on another one. Let's see. We got Derek 405 in the house. Blacklight, man. Y'all did some great work today. I seen that. Y'all go check out Blacklight new video he dropped on TD. It's dope stuff. Jay, Judy S, always in the house. CW, Tyler B. It's jumped on me. I don't want to miss Raul. Azukar, I hope I didn't butcher that. CW again. Nas Tasha, I'm gonna tear your name up. I know who you are from Twitter. Nas Tasha. Please give me a phonetic spelling on that. I hope I didn't butcher it. Darik. The Dragons. Make sure I got everybody. I think I got everybody. I don't want to miss nobody. TD Bodie. Oh, DMV 24/7. Of course, in the house representing the DMV. All right, Grump. So you know what we came here to talk about? We had to talk about Meek Mills and his album art and the bus. So you want to give your people just your initial reaction to the whole social media ruckus, or we want to get right into the clips we got lined up?
We could get right into the clips. Actually, what about you?
Okay, Mr. Scamper said Natasha. Okay, yeah, the J threw me. I didn't know if it was silent or not, like a Y.
Natasha. Okay.
Yeah, and I figured that's how it was, but you know what I'm saying? Y'all be killing me with the consonants. That's all right. We all good. Let's see. All right, I think we good. So okay. So if y'all weren't aware, Meek Mill's dropped his new album, Expensive Pain, and it came along with some very interesting artwork to say the least. If you saw the thumbnail, you saw the artwork in a censored form. I didn't want to be a part of the problem. So I self-censored my thumbnail just so it wouldn't be disrespectful to anybody that may view it. She said, "You're not getting it right." Okay, you had to give me a phonetic spelling on that one. Sorry, Miss Finley. I'll just say that, Miss Finley.
Natasha.
That's what anyone said?
No, Natasha, like J.
She said it's a very difficult name. Okay, well, all right. Miss Finley, excuse me, I tore that all up too.
Finley.
Right, but anyway, here we go. So I don't even want to show the artwork. So just see the thumbnail is censored. We're gonna talk about it a little later, but here we go. We're gonna get into Meek Mill's talking about his album Expensive Pain and what he did with the project. All right, here we go.
This is expensive pain. Went through some about this money. I seen change. Expensive pain. $1 million on the Richard in this plane. And it's crazy. I never checked the time and now expensive frames.
it was something I was saying in the rap. I was saying something about my weed bill basically being high, like you can't afford to pay my weed bill. And we was like, man, that's expensive pain, basically. I'm trying to smoke to kill PTSD or whatever pain I got going on in my head. In the hood, I had like poverty pain. Like, but when I turned to the streets, I'm 15, 16 years old, not knowing what I'm going to eat at night, not knowing what you're going to wear tomorrow, because we left the house. You know, your mom at work, dad dead, so it's like, that's, your dad and being dead is like pain you get from poverty. Your family members being on drugs is like pain you get from poverty. This pain I'm getting now is like I'm losing family members because I ain't letting people borrow money. I got like a whole little regime of people that I think smarter than me are like successful. They like great people too.
So I'm gonna stop right there. If you got a lot of people smarter than you, and the people he's referring to, he's gonna say later in the clip, Jay-Z. Of course, he's signed to his label Roc Nation, which we got to understand. Roc Nation is a subsidiary of Live Nation, which is ran by Michael Rapino. So it had to be a lot of people that signed off on this artwork. You said the clips are low.
Oh, and he's in a 360 deal under Rick Ross of the Maybach music thing. So
all right, let me make sure I get the sound up on the clips a little bit. Y'all bear with me. Thank you for saying that too.
So we sound like a substitute teacher giving out names.
yeah, they roasted me tonight.
They said we over here. I said Natasha, and then she said it was something different. She said it was Nastasia.
Yes, that's it.
Like,
Thank
what?
you. All right, so hopefully the clips are good, but that was the point I wanted to make. It had to be a lot of people signed off on this, not just Meek Mills, and everybody's piling on him. But we're going to get further into that, but I just wanted to stop at that point. Grump, you got anything to say before we get back to the clips?
Man, not yet. No, sir.
Okay.
He's getting there.
All right, here we go.
And they got a track record of being great people and like being winners. I try to turn to them about things that I think took place in their life along the way to give me advice, like especially with Jay, because I come from the streets, he come from the streets. He been through a lot of stuff that I've been through, kind of.
And just for reference, Jay-Z dropped a song and made a big deal out of using certain language when Blue Ivy was born, that he didn't want to, use the words that he used, and he apologized for that, for using, demeaning language towards women, but he had to sign off on this. So, just want to make that point as well. Anything, Grump, or keep going?
You keep going, sir.
There's different scenarios. Reform is my life. That's what I've been through my whole life, and it's my people. Everything, anybody that come from poverty, you black or brown, you come from where we come from. Like, reform should be a part of your life. Your mom, your brother, aunts, uncle, somebody in jail, or somebody close to you is caught up in the system. Me, I happen to be caught up my whole life.
If I'm not mistaken, that's Michael Rapino right here. If I'm not mistaken, Jay-Z, you got Mr.
Right?
Crab. Yeah, to the left.
Left, okay. Yeah, that's one. Okay.
That's Michael Rapino right there. Got Mr. Kraft from the New England Patriots. Not the cheese crafts, but of of the finance crafts. And you got Jay-Z here. So he's surrounded by very smart people, but also very influential people. But they had to sign off on this album cover as well. So I don't want Meek to bear the brunt of all of what he did. But at the end of the day, Robert Kraft, Robert Kraft got his own problems too, you know what I'm saying, with his image, but that's not here nor there. So, but I'm just saying this had to be a collective effort for this album art to be signed off on. And we're going to get into what the problems are with it. Yeah, go ahead.
I say this real quick.
Mm-hmm, sure.
For those of y'all who are Meek Mill fans, no disrespect. I feel you. I understand. He a good rapper. Y'all favorite street rapper who be popping willies on dirt bikes in Philly, who be all that gangster stuff and all that talking now. Look at him now. Look how the process is done. Let's not forget that these individuals work under corporations. All right, you go ahead.
Subsidiaries of subsidiaries. So
entities
that
within entities. Go
right.
ahead.
So that means Live Nation, Rock Nation's under Live Nation, and Meek Mill's. I'm sure he has an imprint now, if I'm not mistaken, which is under Rock Nation. So it always has a chain that goes back up. You know what I'm saying, to the real power. But let's go ahead and finish with this clip.
Life, so it's like really my life. My life is rapping. I rap. Reform. I got locked up my whole life. Came home, built a foundation. We really do reform now. I feel freer than I did. I don't feel free. I feel like I'm gonna pull over away from running into the wrong cop, getting into a wild situation. So you never feel fully free.
So that makes you a mental slave.
That's correct. Yeah.
If you never feel free, and this is going to be sort of a mini theme to this show, is the slave mindset that's imprinted on people's minds to make things acceptable. Here's a young man that has a lot of money, a lot of influence, a high visibility, but he still doesn't feel free. And I think he mentioned earlier that he was talking about why he named his album Expensive Pain. He was talking about because he has his weed bill and how he has PTSD. So I just want to make that, like we always do, we want to be fair. We don't want to be binary. We want to stay humanizing people, but also at the same time, if something's harmful, we should really point it out.
Mo, real quick. What did he say? He said, we not fully free, or he said he's not fully free.
He said he doesn't feel fully free because he can run into a cop at any time. Excuse me, and it could go into a wild situation.
Okay, he's speaking for him. Okay, I thought he was speaking as representation for all of us. I was going to shut that down.
But he kind of did leverage that into saying why people should be interested in reform, because like black and brown people deal with this. Yeah.
So, yeah, I hear it.
You sound like you want to speak on it. You go ahead. Hey, you know how we do. Go ahead.
It's these little these code, these Neuralink NLP. I'll just say that this NLP technique, these code phrases and words they say, I already know what the path they're going down. So he's saying black and brown. I'm like, all right, I know what it is right here. I know exactly what he's going for. You can never specifically go towards your community when you're in this type of position. You feel what I'm saying? Unless you're trying to like what Jay-Z with the I'm gonna go ahead and end it right there. I didn't want to jump the gun. My bad.
Okay, all right, no worries. We got a few more seconds on this clip, and then we'll wrap it up.
Even if you're not committing crime, I don't live a life of crime. I don't commit crime, but it's just still a feeling there of you don't know what can happen, kind of. Just because my whole adult life I was on probation the whole way, so it's like a natural feeling. I would be lying if I said I felt totally free.
Well, I'll say this: if you're on probation, you still are institutionalized in a way, because it's a slippery slope getting back into into the correctional system where you've never fully exited. And like I said, I always want to humanize people that some of the people inside, the correctional system or the prison industrial complex. It happens like this. You get caught with something small, a weed charge, you get on probation, you get violated, then you have to go do time, and then you become institutionalized in the the system of the mass prison industrial complex, and then they let you out on parole or probation, and you always feel like you have one foot on a banana peel to get slipped back into the system. So I understand from that aspect of it, but I don't think he's on any kind of restrictions right now. Grunt, would you like to speak to that?
I'm about to say, for his situation, I don't know if he's on any restrictions, but I could say this from family members of mine personally. There are some that just do the whole 9 yards when they're in jail. It's like some of them don't even accept that. Okay, you could get out on probation for like 2 years. Like they'll just run it through because they say it's like a prison. It's worse of a prison because it's temptation around you. It's like curfew, and you gotta pass your drug test, and you have to have a job too, and you gotta pay them also. You know what I'm saying?
And that's true. And like you said, some people do just go ahead and do their whole sentence because they're like, well, I got 6 months left of my sentence. I'd rather do that than to do 2 more years on probation, where I can easily get caught back up. So we're gonna finish this clip and then we're gonna move into what the real issue is. But like I said, I wanted to give some background on the album itself, just so we don't jump right into the drama. All right, so that was it. That was it for the clip. So yeah, that's Expensive Pain. And as I said, the issue came with the album art that you can see in my thumbnail, but it's the censored version, and it caused outrage. Outrage from one, it was I think the bus was actually in Hollywood, if I'm not mistaken, and this white man got upset about the bus riding through residential areas. So we're gonna watch the video now. Grump, I will stop it anytime you like. Just tell me. Let's go ahead and get into the second clip.
Look at this fucking bus. Look at this bus.
Excuse me for the language, people. For the people with warning. If you got kids in the room, it's gonna be foul language. Just to let you know.
That goes by in my neighborhood. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this? What is this?
So as you can see there, that's why I didn't show it before. The image, and maybe we should just show the image. That way we can get a picture because it's kind of moving in the picture. I didn't really want to do that.
It's considered art,
right? So I said, because I'm very careful not to be part of the problem. That's what I'm saying. So let me go ahead and do this.
Okay, for those
that way we can show it one time.
One time so representation of art.
Yeah, just so we can see what the album art was. Here we go. I'm about to share the screen now. Here we go. This is the album art, if you can see it. So as you can see, the women in these pictures are very dark skinned for a reason. And as you notice, you got one here that's butt naked. Then there's another one over here that's topless on a stripper pole on a black and white checkerboard. Y'all do with that what y'all will in the live chat.
Hint, hint.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Y'all know what time it is with her breast out. And then you have this one bent slap over, you know what I'm saying, with her pink dot to represent her female parts. And that's exactly right. Divulge with a clip. That's exactly right. Notice there is no representation of the black and brown community in here. There's no representation of a wide variety of different color women in this picture. Not even across the spectrum of black women. Because we all know, quote unquote, black women can go from, very light skin to, the darkest of darks. But they, all of a sudden, when you look at videos, and Grump, when you look at videos, that usually, as you call it, the brown paper bag is represented in rap videos with women being on the lighter side of things. Go ahead with that, sir.
No, I wish I had my soundboard on me. I'd have played that Brown Paper Bag song by DJ Khaled. You know that little chorus?
Oh, yeah.
Brown paper. But yeah, go ahead.
So there's no representation of different shades of women here. And that's for a reason. Let me just put it right out front. They didn't want any confusion on other races of women to be represented in this manner. If you have a light-skinned woman or, a fair-skinned woman, it might be represented as another race. And that was not going to be allowed to happen. Let's be clear on that, because other cultures of men, or men in other cultures, are very sensitive to how they represent their women.
I can say something more?
Yeah, go ahead. Chime in anytime you want to.
They use two shades of the end of the spectrum for black people.
Right.
Two shades. Yeah, I know what I'm talking about. Meek Mill and those two girls on his top left and bottom right are the same skin complexion. You know how Meek Mill's skin complexion is, right? Melanated.
Right.
That's the average, the black man and woman skin complex. And they was like, okay, we're going to make sure they know that it's your people, because look at the top right there. That's
what I'm saying. That's the point that you make. You validating my point that it's no. Usually in rap videos, there's a wide spectrum of representation, or if not, it's mostly on the lighter side of things. Because when an artist does put darker skinned women, they make a big issue out of it, saying, "Oh, we purposely went and got dark skinned women." So I just wanted to point that out of why it's not a representation of all women, and then they got one even with blonde hair. But like I said, we don't want to belabor that. Yeah, we don't want to belabor that point. So now we're going to get back to the gentleman spazzing out over this, and he's upset about it riding through his community, and I would say as he should.
Yeah,
because you want to say something before I started? No, go ahead.
I just say, like, I think he's right for the wrong reasons. I believe from me reading him, it's like he's outraged for being in his community, and he has kids of his own, and his peers have to see that. You know what I'm saying? So if it was like block state over and everything, it wouldn't be that outrage. I'm just assuming. That's it.
Okay, so Blacklight said, I find that the outraged white man's energy very disingenuous, opportunistic, and white woke, social justice warriorish. He had that cancel Chappelle LGBTQ energy. Okay.
Damn.
I don't see it that way, because I would be upset, and rightfully so, if this kind of imagery was riding through my neighborhood for my daughters to see. And like, let me fully articulate my issue with this. I like rap music. I like some of the, harder rap music, is the word we used to call it. But at the same time, that's not meant to be broadcasted. And this is the issue. It's the place. It's not what it is. It's the time and the place that I have an issue with it. If this would have just been on the album cover, I really wouldn't have cared. But the fact that we can feel so comfortable that we can put imagery like this up on a bus, on a bus, and ride it through Hollywood like it's no issue. That's the problem I have with it. Grunt, would you like to express if you had an issue with it, and if so, what your issue may be with it?
It's just appalling to me. They had the audacity to be able to do that, right? And on top of that, once they be addressed about that situation, they have so many defense mechanisms on that by saying, "Oh, it's art," or this and that. It was created by black women. It's like mind blowing on how they have like a structure and system set up to it's like an excuse for what they're doing. But if it was for other cultures, it would have not even be attempted. So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah. So that's my issue is not with art, because we can have art. We've seen Dave Chappelle with his thing, and I would be a hypocrite if I say you should censor people. That's not my point. It's the time and place. And as we get deeper in the show, this is not an isolated incident. It's certain women, our women, black women, that the norm, every group has what they call quote unquote thoughts, quote unquote sluts, quote unquote whores. Every group's had those. The problem I have with it is it's the norm for our women, quote unquote black women, to be over sexualized. And mainstream has no problem with it. But let's listen to the man in his statements, and then we'll get back into it. All right, Grump?
All right.
Look at this fucking bus. Look at this bus that goes by in my neighborhood. What the fuck is this? What the fuck is this?
And oh snap! I didn't mean to do that. I meant to pause it.
This.
Of course, he's performing. Anytime you're in front of a camera, you're performing. Let's just be honest with that. He got it turned up a notch. You know what I'm saying? Because he knows he's on social media.
This is on the side of a bus. This is on the side of a bus rolling through your street. growing on the side of your street. Is this what you want, black women? Is this what you want, black women?
Good question. Good question. Now, we've seen and we've heard anytime any other group could possibly offend a black woman. We saw it with Tory Lanez. We saw it with Chris Brown. We saw it with any time it's something that black women don't agree with, they have no problem with speaking out against it and having it canceled. Grunt, would you like to say anything?
My bad. Repeat that again.
I said, like, if it's something that they find it as an issue or offensive, black women have no issue. Or it could even be a group that's not black women, but say if it's the LGBT crowd. You had a lot of black women coming for David Chappelle over his comedy about, transgender women. So they have no issue with canceling things they find offensive, but it seems like when it comes to sexualization, they are very quiet on it.
Dang, that is true right there. That is true. I got nothing to say about that. You just caught me off guard with that. I was thinking, I'm like, damn, that is true.
No, I mean, it's true. I mean, I've saw plenty of black women this week, last week, however you want to say it, when David Chappelle came out. Oh, this is unacceptable. Oh, this is unacceptable. I even saw some come out for Kyrie Irving for his decision. Like, oh, this is unacceptable. How can he not do what he's supposed to do? But when it comes to their imagery and a huge record label like Rock Nation, Live Nation, putting this kind of image on a bus, let's be clear what the issue is. It's not the image. It's the location. If it was a party bus outside of a club, but no, this is a promotion bus being driven through residential and business districts for all the world to see. That's a problem for me. What do you think, Grunt?
Like I said, it's appalling for them to be so ballsy. I have to use that word to stress how I feel. Be so ballsy for them to do this on a specific group that they've been doing for many times. You know what I'm saying? Once again,
let me address something right now. Let me bring her comment up. I don't want to assume your gender, but I assume you said not all us. That's my point. That's exactly my point. I'm on y'all side. It is not all of y'all, but this is what the entertainment industry projects to be the majority. This is the same. See, we on common ground here, because the same way for women that are respectable, black women are respectable, we're on the same, black men on the same way is saying we don't want to be represented by an overpopulation or overrepresentation of the LGBT. Every time I turn on the television, the majority of black men are either effeminate or LGBT. So it's like, wait, hold on. Y'all are overrepresenting this subset of our group like it's it's a majority or even a significant part of the population. So yes, I'm on your side with this, Norleen, if I pronounce your name right. I know. I have 3 daughters. I have a mother. I have a wife. I have cousins. I have friends that don't want to be portrayed this way. But the problem is that we're going to get into the problem. But it's like when we speak up for you all, we're told to shut up, what blah, by the media. And let's be clear, because we're not going to let this become a wedge between us. By the media, we're told to shut up. You're misogynistic. You can't get more misogynistic than this. And if I'm going to be kept 100 and I'm going to back it up my statement, if that would have been a black man saying this about this bus, it would have been outrage and pushback against him. Grump, would you like to chime in?
Now back to Nerlene. I apologize if I had butchered your name, but I get where she's coming from with that, because these are NLP key phrases that are being said. Like that guy on there, he's like, Is this what y'all want, black woman? Is this what y'all want, black woman? That generalization right there, because let's just say I'm assuming that, your supporter right here, she's a black woman herself. She don't want that, I'm assuming. You know what I'm saying? So it's just the fact that media is making a generalization of that's what all black women want. But that's not true. That's not the case because there are individuals that, who support you that want the opposite of that. But my question to you, Mo, is
Uh-huh.
how are those women able to change the narrative behind the imagery of our black women?
They have to do the same thing we're doing right now, is to take back the control of our image. We're seeing this now with black men. We're taking back the control of our image. We say when you see some of these people I won't name on this channel because I don't want to give them any more energy they already have. That's not us. You know what I'm saying? Like men in dress, that's not us. The over feminization of men, that's not us. The criminalization of black men, that's not us. We've been fighting this fight for a long time. And what has to happen is I know it's scary because for decent women to stand up or any color, you'll get pushback, but especially our sisters, you'll get pushback like, oh, you want to be a pick me. Oh, you want to be, you want the approval of a man. It's, it's my body. I can do whatever I want with it. That kind of thing. What I'm saying is if you stand up, we'll have your back, but we can't lead this fight for you. And that's what I'm saying. This white man was given way more privilege to address black women than a black man would. And I got proof of it. Grunt, would you like to say anything else before I continue with this video?
No, sir. You go ahead and continue.
Let's continue with this man's passionate as well may be performance, but nonetheless, he said some real stuff in it.
Is this what you want? Look at this bull fucking shit. Look at this shit on the side of a bus. Is this what you want, black women? Is this what you want? Is this how you want to be respected? Is this how you want to be respected in life? This is how you want to look? This is how you want to be portrayed? Stand up to this bullshit. I'm from Philly. I actually should support Meek Mill. This is fucking disgusting bullshit. Look at this lady. Look at this. This is on the...
And you can hear somebody in the back say, yeah, yep, yeah. Grunt.
Yeah, I'll let you get to it,
No, I'm just saying you can hear him in the background say, yeah, this what's up. Like I said, we're going to see what happens when we try to stand up for our own women. Let me take your picture off. I don't want to have you up here the whole time like misrepresented. You know what I'm saying? Sorry about that, Nerling. Sorry about that. All right, so let's continue.
The side of a bus where little girls can pull up and see this shit. That's her fucking pussy.
There it is.
That's the emphasis.
Shouts out to AO.
Yeah, that's the emphasis. You keep going, Domo, but you see how you just put emphasis behind it? Yeah, it's that, spotlight on him and everything. Everybody does that.
Yep.
Let's not mistake what this pink dot is. This is disgusting. This is satanic bullshit.
There it is. All right, so
whoa.
Andrea says she saw an interview with Tasha K and Suki Hana in support of this mess. And Suki Hana is not one to be speaking because she represents the worst.
Oh,
if I had to say it so myself.
She represents Suki Hana?
Yes, Suki Hana, yes.
Oh no. Oh,
she represents the worst. I don't even know why she would be even given, I'm going to digress. I'm woosah. All right, so it says saying support Meek Mills. Yeah, they try to use the art thing. Like I said, I have no issue with art. I have no issue with music. I have no issue with the First Amendment expression, none of that. But what I'm saying is we had to be careful. We had to be careful. Hold on. We had to be careful about the imagery. Okay, so Davy Jones says not being a prude bitch about the human body does not equal Satanism. Okay.
I peeped that. That's what I'm saying. But the thing is, let me say this real quick, Mo. I get it. People saying it's art and everything, but there's a time and place for art also too, because I'm pretty sure there's artwork on individuals, like, children, like Roman children and stuff. They got artwork on naked kids, like, in a village or something.
Mm-hmm.
And, they show the kids' counterparts and everything. But how do I explain it? That's like, you know, in art museums and everything. You know, it's
Right.
art. But I'm pretty sure you won't see that plaster on the side of a city school bus.
Right. And Natasha's the same thing Natasha's saying, time and place. That's the point. It's time and
Okay.
place. It's about being appropriate. And we have an issue with appropriate. It's this, and this is where Satanism come in. Do what thou wilt. This is the attitude of today's society. I'll do what I want to do when I want to do it. That's how it's Satan. That's how it's satanic, in my opinion. Now we can get to. I'm not going to get into the the deeper parts of it, or the checkerboard, and the some of the representation of it. I'm getting into the part of it of this. The point of the devil is to kill, steal, and destroy, and that's his whole point right here. Is this is just another wedge issue that goes between black women, so-called black women, and so-called black men. And I got proof to back up. So we're going to speed through these a little bit quicker because I got some good stuff we want to get to. But let's let him wrap up. I'm going to play it all the way through, Grump. And if you got something to say, we can say it at the end. Okay?
Okay, just play it all the way through.
All right.
I'm so sick of this. I'm so sick of... Look at this shit that you're getting on. This is for everyone to see. Little girls are seeing this crap. It's fucking crap. This is disgusting. This is disgusting. I'm so sick of them just rubbing Satanism right in your face. Oh, it's for art. This is art. Is this art? Black and white checkerboard. What is that? It's a Masonic flooring. Duh. Look at this garbage. Money. Money, 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 money. Garbage. Garbage. Wake up. Wake up. It's all related. The vaccine. This crap. It's all related. They're all the same spider. Controlling you. Stop complying. Take your freaking mask off. Read about germ theory.
All right, so then he goes into his COVID rant.
He on a thin line right there because he's saying garbage, trash, and you throw a coffee cup at the position of that black girl, that black woman. You know what I'm saying? So this is where I start to analyze and be like, once they start going in, I just wait for them to get more triggered because I want them to fall off because either they're gonna fall left or they're gonna fall right. You know what I'm saying?
All right, so Ty says something. We got to be careful how we throw these words around. This is staged and an obvious, blatant overacting. It could be overacting and not be staged. Because when you get to going on a camera, you get to talking on a camera, and people start clapping and say, yeah, 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 go, go. Naturally, you're going to turn it up a notch, and then another notch, and then another notch, because you want to seek approval. So we have to be careful with because that's what happens when people start to point stuff out. It's like everything becomes staged. Everything becomes, those words that throw out, oh, crisis actors and false flags, and what I'm saying. No, it could be overacting and just start out as somebody that's irked about something, and then he starts to see, as a human does, seek approval. Right? So yeah, let's just be careful how we throw these things, like saying staged. Yeah. So I mean, that's like I said, this is the point we got to have though, and like I said, this is no issue with art. I think Two Live Crew should be able. Hey, they won their court case. I think you should be able to make whatever music. You should be able to get on on YouTube, make whatever content as long as it's appropriate label. Say if it's for adults, say it's for adults. If it's not for kids, put not for kids. Go for it. You see what I'm saying? Also, yeah, black light, yeah, adrenaline, right? So when your adrenaline get pumping, you can eat, and a lot of people do that. A lot of celebrities do that. You know what I'm saying? They turn up another level. So what I want to show is into juxtaposition of this is what happened down in Dallas. But before I do, anything else on this clip, Grump?
Nah, we good. We keep pushing.
Okay. And like I said, I'm not ruling out that he's not an actor, and maybe he could be paid by the record label. Who knows? But we don't know that, so we have to be careful because the reason, I mean, you can say what you want to, but we're saying the reason why I would say you have to be careful is people use that kind of information to discredit you, and not only discredit you, what they'll do is sometimes in these cases they'll plant false information so you run with that one nugget, and then it just it dissolves your whole case you're making. I've seen this. I've been around the truth a long time to see this. You know, it'd be something that's very true, and they'll throw one nugget of false in there, and then there you have it. You know,
and it creates a whole distraction. It don't.
Right, it ruins your credibility too. That's the problem.
Yeah, painful.
Yeah, and like I said, Andre, I don't see anything what he said either, because what he said, most of the stuff, like I said, when he got to the Satanism stuff, that could be up for debate, but the representation of our women, and like I said, we're gonna get deeper into that. So, okay, so let's remove that. So now we're gonna go down to Dallas. About a year ago, or maybe a little over a year ago, we had some women stand up in a man's restaurant doing brunch and twerk on his tables and chairs and whatnot. And he got pushback from it. So now we're going to have two black men cover this story, and watch how nervous and careful they are about speaking on the topic. You ready, Grump?
Yes, sir. I'm ready for it.
Oh, and shouts out to M Major. She said she late on the check-in, but yep, it's all good. Never too late for the play black. So catch up where you at, and then we'll, you know what I'm saying, we'll keep pushing. Yep, and Todd said, yep, control opposition is very relevant. And that's what they'll do. They'll plant some false. And I'll give you an example of this. Back when the Jussie Smollett thing was going on, when he did that hoax, a lot of that was true as far as me saying it being a hoax, but then what they did was they rolled up into it that Kamala Harris was his aunt. So, you know what I'm saying? You get so caught up in the story, they be like, guess what? And Kamala Harris is his aunt. And you tell somebody that, and then it comes out false. And see, these little things are dropped in for fact checkers to, you know what I'm saying, to seize upon. And they'll prove one little nugget or factoid in the story wrong, and then it'll be, you know, the whole story was false. So, I mean, just be careful of that when you're dealing with with this truth. But now we're going back to Dallas, the twerking in the restaurant. Here we go.
Because I have to wonder, Michael, what the ancestors would think about the debate that captivated all of Black Twitter over the last couple of years. I've been trying to get through this with a straight face because it was fascinating. All right, so there's a spot.
Notice the headline. Dallas restaurant owner gets dragged for cussing out twerking customers at brunch. Now, this is a black man, a so-called black man, in his own restaurant that he built for himself and his patrons. And people were in there twerking, and he said something about it, and you saw what it's gossip, which you're saying is a stronghold for the feminist black women. Gossip. Dallas restaurant owner gets dragged for cussing out twerking customers at brunch. Now, this white man has sit up here and cussed and called out black women directly, and saying black women do this what you want. He could have easily said women is this what you want. He could have just left it at that and say, hey, he could have easily left it at that. But no, he called him out specifically. And I don't see anywhere where he got any pushback other than, it's art. It's art. But nobody really said anything bad about him. But let's get into what the Dallas owner said. You want to say something before I continue, Grump?
Yeah, and to add on to your fuel to your fire, that white man had damn near vandalized the city bus by throwing a coffee cup, I believe, at it. And, you get what I'm saying? And saying, this is her poo-poo. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to add more details into how intense he was with it. Mm-hmm. And there was no backlash on his end. Go ahead.
Not at all. Now juxtaposition that with this man and his restaurant. This guy's on the street. this black man's in his restaurant, and let me set it up before he makes this comments that he's gonna make and that we're gonna play shortly here. He has asked them 2 times prior to this to stop twerking in his restaurant. Now I'm gonna get into the clip.
Called True Kitchen and Cocktails. This is by the way, I'm gonna go ahead and give myself props for
Why?
the best transition in the history of television just now. Going from Rosa Parks to twerking. Never been done before. True Kitchen and Cocktails. Apparently.
Let's hope it's done. Let's hope this is the time where that transition actually makes sense. It's never been tried before.
Here's why it makes sense. Because it sparked, as most things do with us, it sparked a debate.
What is there a debate about twerking in a restaurant during brunch? Where's the debate? Where is the debate? But I digress. Okay, we get back to it.
In-house debate. And we'll play the sound with you for you in a second. But in case you didn't see the story on the internet, what happened was it was a brunch at this happening spot in Dallas called True Kitchen and Cocktails.
Of course.
Yeah, and things got out of hand. Let's just say the DJ, dropped some cash money for the 2000 type playlists, whatever.
Come on now.
And some young ladies decided that the occasion called for some twerking. All right? and here's what ensued, in case you missed it. Here you go.
I invested a lot of money into buying this building, into developing this concept, so black people can have somewhere nice to go to, okay? Somewhere where we can feel good about ourselves as a... Come on! Stop the music, please! Somewhere where our people can feel good about ourselves as a culture, okay? Yeah. No, real talk. And so all this twerking and shit, take it to Prime, take it to Pink, don't bring it here because we're a restaurant. And so beyond that, 75% of my customers are ladies. And I want men to show respect for themselves for how they carry themselves here. So how can I tell the men to respect themselves and you guys are twerking on glass here? If you want to do it, get the out my restaurant. Because I did it for our people and I did.
Look, it's Chalk. Because he said, get the F out of my restaurant. If you're going to twerk, get out. Grump, you there? I swear Grump be sounding like he be falling out. All right, let's continue.
Nah, it's like the mute. My bad. Go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead. You anything you want to say before we continue on?
Oh no, go ahead. Continue, please.
All right.
So don't do it now. Don't do it again. I don't want to hear it. If you don't like it, get out because I don't need your money. I need to provide something for my people. And don't do it again. Thank you.
So Twitter been on fire about this. That's Kevin Kelly. He's the owner of True Kitchen and Cocktails. He went. He offered a lengthy explanation on Instagram. Also some security footage, and he said, "Look, my choice of words, my language, not ideal, but understand that there was a lot that led up to this. He had asked politely several times for his patrons to get off the windows, from the window to the wall, whatever they were doing, chill out, enough is enough. If you fall, I got a lawsuit, blah, blah, blah."
Hold on, it's a great point. Let me start right here. Mills Lane. Exactly. Those people never heard the old F word before. They're listening to music full of the F word. Now, I'm going to say this to this brother, you know what I'm saying, on the restaurant. Why are you playing that kind of music? And you're saying in an upscale establishment, why are you playing club music? Now, that doesn't give the permission to people to say, oh, because you're playing this kind of music, that I'm supposed to I just can't control myself. I got to shake it. I got to shake my tail feather. No, cuz knock it off. That's my problem. Oh, well, we got to stop one time for Big Elvis, the Chef Rosenberg in the house. Shout out, brother. I wish I had the council cannon for you. I know you want one. All right. But yeah, they act like, oh, he said the F word. Oh, it's like shocking and awe. But they listen to music full of the F word. It don't make it make sense, Grump. Make it make sense.
The song they were dancing to, "Girl, You Look Good, Won't You?"
Right.
Yeah, he was going in on that. He had a lot of customers in Juvenile. Yeah, that's crazy.
Right, like Grove Crown said, they in there dancing on the glass. Okay, but let's continue on with this clip because we want to get all these clips in. I got a whole bag for you. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue on.
And so, yeah, I mean, there's the people.
And I want to point out one more thing before we continue on. Notice how cautious these two men are about talking about the topic. They don't even really discuss it, their opinions on it. They're like, they so scared that they're going to step on a landmine. So that go to show you the power that black women have when they want to engage and utilize it. The fear in their face of how they're discussing this. So why can't they use that same energy, that same power, and have control of their narrative and control of their imagery? We have actual legislation in states called the Crown Act, where black women can wear their hair the way they want to wear it. So it's not about image. That's what I'm saying. Y'all have the control. Y'all have way more control than we have. It's up to y'all. Now, what we would do is back you up and support you 100% every step of the way. But these brothers have been so conditioned that they scared to even broach the subject of being respectable. Because all this lies in respectability politics, or you can't act respectable because that's the way white supremacy wants you to act, to be respectable. It's like, hold on, my grandma taught me how to be respectable. What are you talking about? That sounds crazy. Go ahead, Grunt, before I get on it.
I feel you. Okay, as you see the brother on the left, you see there's a stress indicator, a nonverbal cue in his face right here, right?
Yes.
If we would have just first saw this right here, you would think that this guy has went back to a job interview, and the guy on the right is like, your results came in from your urine analysis. You see what I'm saying? He's tense up. So yeah, and it's because of this situation right here. It's like, let's go ahead and get to it, but I don't want to do it though.
we got a long show. Let's go ahead.
Of course, people are taking sides on this. Like, did he go too far? Did they go too far? Is twerking there? Is there a right place and time for twerking? I mean, where do you come down on this, Michael? Because this is like you have to declare your position on this matter.
Now, notice he didn't declare his position. Mike didn't, but Michael has to declare his. And watch how he declares a non-declare.
This is 2020. I need you to declare your position on this.
All right. Well, I just want to let me just.
Rosa and MLK are looking down on you. Just know, Rosa and MLK are looking down on us right now, judging us.
Rosa's like, go ahead. I sat so they.
I did not sit so y'all could twerk. Exactly.
Come on. Martin is like, my people. Get that twerking.
Make you want to go watch. Have you ever seen that episode of the book?
Okay, Grunt. What was that? What was that? What's that look?
It's like being careful of the choice of his words, I believe. Like, first of all, let's go ahead and take a step back real quick, Mo. It's the nervous laughter that kind of triggers me. I don't know why, like for real, because I got, for those of you I don't know, I got 2 episodes dropping tomorrow, and within those 2 footages, there is a lot of nervous laughter, and once they realize it's a moment of awkward silence, then he looks up and then he gonna ask him about the damn episode of the Boondocks. They like filling in the voids of this awkwardness situation right here.
They want to talk about it without talking about it. It's basically what you're saying.
Yeah, kind of not deflection, but it's like, let's talk around it. Let's beat around the bush. I guess that's what you could say.
Right.
It kind of just triggers me. But yeah.
And that would be a great segue to do this. Y'all go support my man Young Grunt's YouTube channel. This is his Cash App right here. He does great value. Like he said, he has 2 more videos dropping tomorrow, or this weekend. So please go support him. Show him love like you showed me love. I just want to do that, quick business call. And then while I'm doing that as well, this is a value for value platform. I don't take any money from YouTube. So if you find value in the content, please show value back. So, because this is what allows us to speak honestly, to counterbalance the nervousness as you see right here on this show right here.
Appreciate that, Bo. Go ahead.
Oh, no worries. Let's go and finish up this clip.
Have you ever seen that episode of the Boondocks, The Return of the King?
I did. I have. Where he said, I'm going to Canada. He said, I'm going to Canada. But see, he wouldn't. That was the only thing that he wouldn't have done. MLK was not going to go to that. You can't end that by saying, I'm off to Ottawa. I'm off to Montreal. No, MLK be right here. He be right here. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. Hey, thanks for watching.
Notice didn't say they did said a bunch of stuff that didn't say nothing.
Yeah, body language of him being a small man. You saw him at the end, even when he's like, hey, thanks for watching. And even after he had joked about Martin Luther King, said he'll be right here. You see how, as a gentleman, when you're sitting in a position like that, we tend to make ourselves stand more wider and broader when we're confident.
Mm-hmm.
When we have low self-esteem, you see how we kind of not curl up.
Round shoulders. They call it round shoulders. Yeah.
Exactly. You see it. That's all.
Yep. All right. So With that said, I'm gonna give you an example of the kind of pushback on the internet that the brother down there in Dallas received for in his own restaurant at brunch work. Okay, now listen to this pushback.
Explain something to y'all. So y'all may have heard about how that restaurant owner in Dallas, Texas was cutting up on some African American women for twerking in his restaurant, right? And
cutting up. He's the one cutting up. He's the one cutting up. Somebody said, haha, this is a YouTube video or a proper news deconstruction webinar. It's a little bit of everything, Boo Berry. But yeah, he the one cutting up in his restaurant that he built and telling people to act appropriately. I can't make it make sense. Make it make sense. Let's let her continue.
he was having a whole tantrum. He was like, yeah, like I opened this restaurant so that black people could, just be comfortable in our culture. We ain't got to be around white people, yada, yada, yada. This is not the place for that, right? So basically he was saying that's inappropriate. That's not a part of our culture. We're better than that. But let me let y'all in on a secret. Twerking is a part of black culture, Pooh.
Bro, man, no, come on, man. Man, listen, I'm trying to keep this professional.
Go ahead, Grump. No, you go ahead.
I ain't got no sound bites, to stop.
I'm holding on. I'm holding on.
Yeah, let's please stop.
I'm holding on.
So me gang banging with my pants hanging off my ass. That's a part of my black man culture right there.
Hold on. Stop. First of all, we're gonna do this.
All right.
Because like I said, we're having this conversation. But the black women in the comments, cause I want to see this from because we discussing. This is a more specific topic to you all. Do you feel? Press 1 if you feel only black women. Cause I'm not discriminating, but I want to see because she's representing y'all. Press 1 if you think twerking is a part of black culture. And we wait. We're gonna wait for the sisters.
Yes, I appreciate that. That's a good way to
all right, so we're gonna go back to the video. We're gonna get a tally up of who actually thinks that you're saying twerking is a part of black culture. And I'll show this for the programming. They get these silly t-shirts and do these silly symbols. And you know what I'm saying? And they don't even know that's the communist fist. So that's the sad thing about it. You know what I'm saying?
Don't go down that rabbit hole.
No, I'm just saying, but they don't know what they even be representing. And then that's just a parallel to saying twerking is part of their culture. Somebody put a 0. Miss Tiffany put a 0. All right, but let's continue.
Now,
hold on. Indigo P said twerking is a part of African American culture, is not a part of black culture. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. I get what you're saying.
Let me say this real quick, Mo.
Go ahead.
Did she edit that footage? Because she unconsciously did some damn programming right there.
Yeah, she did.
I'm gonna tell you, even with brain surgeons, neurologists, or even specific programming like we see right there, classical music is considered one of the most, instruments, musical sounds that enhances what I believe what it's called the waves in your brain. You get what I'm saying? So your subconscious mind and conscious mind almost become connected with that. It's like your brain is just firing off so many signals off of classical music. You see what I'm saying? So while they're playing the classical music and they're showing them images and symbols, you get what I'm saying? It gets more deep into that. But I just want to say that. And
we got Bobby in the house. Shout out, Bobby.
Yeah, shout out to Bobby Cash. What's up?
So let's go ahead and let's listen to her justification about it being a part of African culture.
Let me tell y'all something about me. I like to watch worldwide pageants, right? And a lot of times America is not represented by a black person. So when that is the case, I be rooting for Africa or the Caribbean, depending on where in the Caribbean, because a lot of times Trinidad is represented by an Indian, right? So basically, I be rooting for whoever is black. So if America's not being represented by a black girl, then I ain't rooting for America.
Hold on. Somebody said, Toby Trolling said twerking is a part of African culture. Is it, Ty? I want everybody saying it is. I want y'all to hold on for a minute. Y'all gonna stand on that in a minute. I want y'all to stand on that in a minute. Okay? All right. Let's let her finish.
Because I'm black before I'm American, okay? And a part of these pageants is the worldwide dance portion. And basically the girls just go up there and they do their cultural dances, right? And I'm about to show y'all Equatorial Guinea's dance real quick, okay? Look at this.
Now, this is what she's trying to equate to twerking. This is
if they on tables doing that, I still say get down. And
of course. Oh, exactly. If you brought this out in the middle of a brunch, it still would be inappropriate. But what I'm saying is the disingenuous comparison that we have here. She's trying to say this is equal to twerking. But let's continue.
Now, doesn't Equatorial Guinea look like an African American girl dancing in the club? Like that literally looks just like how an African American dances, right? And
no, because if you broke out that dance in the club, they will laugh you out the club. Let's keep it 100.
Oh man, my sister is so lost right now.
Lost in the song. And like I said, this is not to denigrate this sister anyway. What this is to show you the mind control. See, this is what we're talking about here. This is the mind control that has been created by mass media to say what we used to be denigrating and what used to be unacceptable in public. They used to call them hoochie coochie women or go-go dancers. You know what I'm saying? These women had names all throughout the past that didn't catch strumpets. You know what I'm saying? Tramps, whatever you want to call it. I'm saying they had names. That was associated. Let's just say associated with, you know what I'm saying, just dancing. You want to look at Shook Avery from Color Purple. You see what I'm saying? That would be called a hoochie coochie woman.
That's correct. And again, this is on just the programming of the mind, the perspective. You know, I'm not trying to downplay on this sister right here. I'm just saying, just on the thought process, just to open your minds. You know, that's all. But,
right. But like I said, and then, like twerking is strip club culture. Thank you. But let's let her finish.
If you guys go and watch these pageants and you'll watch all the Africans dance, you quickly realize that there are a lot of similarities between how Africans dance and how African Americans dance, right? Now, let's just imagine Miss Equatorial Guinea was in that restaurant in Dallas, Texas, and she started dancing like that. That's her cultural dance, right? And that dude was...
First of all, why you dancing in the middle of a brunch anyway? Brunch is supposed to be high class, where you go and you're saying you sip mimosas and you eat Belgian waffles and, you know what I'm saying, and shrimp and grits, and, you know what I'm saying, you lounge back. Why? That's why I said the brother, he got to take some blame in this, because you're inviting that kind of behavior by playing that kind of music. And that's another part of it I'm not going to dive too deep into, but those frequencies in that music is the lowest frequency, the 808.
Yes, sir. That's correct. You're
which
right.
engages the lowest frequencies in your brain, and then you start, you know what I'm saying, reacting in a certain way. But I'm not gonna go all the way there tonight, but let's let her continue.
It's like, oh my God, this is a place where black people and black culture can flourish. That is so beneath us. Wouldn't y'all be like, what are you talking about? Like, that is black culture. What are you saying? Wouldn't he look insane, right? Now, why don't we have the same ideologies when it comes to African American women twerking? Think about that for a second. This is my thing that a lot of African Americans don't realize. A lot of the things you guys look down on as being inferior are actually black culture. Like, you guys will think you're smarter than other black people because you speak standard English as opposed to AAVE, but really AAVE is black culture. And white...
First of all, why are you calling it AAVE? Like, I never heard a black person call it AAVE. As far as saying like, hey Grump, hey man, you gonna speak that AAVE? It's like either slang. It's like, you know what I'm saying, slang. Like and if you want to go to a term, we had to use a term, it would be called ebonics.
Yes, sir.
Like I said, we letting these people create these terms for us and we just run with them. We letting, you know, saying, they create, oh, this is part of our culture. That's a part of our culture. You know, bruh, to be honest with you, I know it'll piss a lot of people off. We don't have a culture.
Ooh.
We don't have a culture.
Manufactured.
That's the whole purpose of white supremacy, is to destroy any opposition to cult everywhere they go. And they even go to, you know, saying, some of these big Asian countries. They don't wear their natural dress. They wear European business suits. Let's just keep it 100 here.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of it, is to dissolve and erase culture. And like Ann Major said, she said, Mo, you already know how I feel about horse behavior. I used to be one of those girls who thought it was cute in my younger days. Right, and that's the thing. We live and we learn. We live and we learn. So the thing is, though, what we can't do is, when we get older, to condone stuff that a lot of the music I used to listen to, I look back now, a lot of the things I used to do, I look back now and be like, you know, that's what you do when you're young. You explore. And that's why I'm not holding it against his sister too much. But what we had to do is, her grandmother, her aunties, her older cousins, her older sisters, you know what I'm saying, the church ladies, all of them then to say, no, child, sit down now. Sit down now. Now you talking crazy. You talking crazy. But let's let her finish.
People just told you that it's inferior because they associate anything that has to do with black people as inferiority. And we see the same thing with twerking. You guys look down on it. You sexualize it because you sexualize everything about black women.
We sexualize everything about black. See, where my damn bell at? Where my bell at?
Yeah.
Well, see, you see what I see that? We sexualize everything about black women.
I get it. It's, first of all, I know it's false, obviously, but the generalization, that's what I'm saying. That's why me personally, I be specifically careful by saying some, or from my perspective, because this right here, you generalize, y'all sexualize, It's like, you gotta be careful with that, especially on platforms, because I'm just gonna leave it like that. But yeah, you're right.
No, what I'm saying is that we get blamed for everything. Yeah, we get blamed for everything, man. Man, I'm trying to tell you, it's just, I'm trying to tell you. That's my point. We get blamed for everything. I see you, Bobby. I'm gonna get through these clips right quick, 'cause I'm going somewhere with this. I don't want to lose my train of thought. I see you, Bobby.
Go ahead.
But I'm just saying, that's the problem right there. If we don't say nothing, we don't protect you. But if we do say something, we the one sexualizing you. It's like, you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. And then you wonder why brothers get to the point where, like, hey, I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna let you hit your head on that wall. This is how we get to that point. And that's not where we want to be at. But I got a few more seconds to her. We'll let her finish, and we're going to get right to the next clip.
You think you're better than people who don't twerk because white people told you that black dances are inferior and that they're sexual and whatever else. So y'all don't realize that you're not woke. You're really just a white supremacist painted black, really.
That's some hate. That's some hate in the heart right there. Something from her past, or you could tell when somebody's. Go ahead, Mo.
No, go ahead. I'm gonna just have to marinate on that for a minute. She sit here and said, we are white supremacists because we want our women to not over sexualize themselves in a public arena. We're the problem. Like I said, that's why I even did this show. We are the problem. Now, I'm going to show you what we shouldn't have a problem with. And all y'all people, and I'm going to say I love all y'all. Don't get me wrong. I love all y'all in the live chat. But all y'all people in there that said twerking was African dance, explain this. And look at this simp coming through. That's what I'm saying. That's what they want. This dude just walked through the scene. They up on the deck. This is African culture. Where all the people that said that this was twerking was African culture. Where they at?
And this is not generalizing all the black women. This is just
of course not.
This is just the image that they're perceiving, because there are some black women who be in that restaurant or who seeing this footage and they'll be ashamed and embarrassed off this. So yeah,
bro, you can see it's daytime outside. Now this ain't the club, you know what I'm saying, that you know what I'm saying, in Dallas, or not in the club. This ain't the bar, and this ain't the restaurant in Dallas. But what I'm saying is, where in the hell in the world is it respectable to get up on the table on your fours, down on your fours, with your crusty butt up in the air, shaking it in a place where you eat it? Please tell me where we do this at.
It's because if she falls, it's a lawsuit that she can actually do against the restaurant. And on the other hand, it's like, you don't want to. I'll be careful, since that projected image right there is not good, because people who like that lady right there who's like facing the other way and she's on her phone trying to record it in a reverse mode, she'll probably assume and look at that as animalistic behavior. You know what I'm saying? Right. And that's the image we don't want right there. But go ahead.
Right. And what this does, I'm going to get there in a minute. She said, let's see, let me get back up to what M Major said. She said, twerking might be a part of black culture in the way that is something that we created, but we have created a lot of things that may have been commodified and made to be denigrating. Okay, if that's the case, then crack is black culture. Crack is black culture. Chitlins is black culture. You know what I'm saying? All the negative stuff that we created and coined.
It is. It's made. When you say there's no culture, you're right. But also it's a manufactured culture, which goes through cultural appropriation process that's been marketed upon us in the masses within America. You know what I'm saying? So yes, let's say if our people did create that twerk, let's say, okay, they created it, but for it to go through the process of it to be through celebrities and on movies and songs and videos and all that, that's what you call cultural appropriation. And that's what's going to give the false representation of becoming. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to give you a comparison. That's like a black man saying, hey, sagging my pants is black culture. You know what I'm saying? I should be able to, you know what I'm saying, go in any environment with my pants down around my ass, with, excuse my language, with my crusty drawers showing, because it's our culture. This is our culture. We created this. How crazy would I sound? Ladies of any color, if a man walked into a restaurant with his butt hanging out, his drawers hanging out, and you say, what's going on here? But hey, I'm representing my culture. You know what I'm saying? We invented, you know what I'm saying, Pookie Jenkins invented, you know what I'm saying, sagging back in 1979 in the state penitentiary. And you know what I'm saying? I'm celebrating Black History Month by sagging for Pookie.
Which was a
you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I feel what you're saying. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
You would say I'm crazy. You would say, what are you smoking, Mo? Or whoever you talking to, what are you smoking? But I'm gonna rewind this back from the beginning again so we can just get it all. I'm gonna play it all the way through so you can just absorb the non-sensory, you know what I'm saying, is going on in this whole thing. But we don't want to over-sexualize you. Now, last time I checked, I don't see no men around here. I see a woman slapping another woman on the rear end while she up on all fours on the table. This one over here standing up. This one on all fours. This one down here shaking. This one saying, I don't know what she doing. And then we had a simp gonna come through the picture. And this going to show you it's mind control, because soon as this music come on, this kind of behavior, that tongue come out their mouth, tongue all out their mouth. It's mind control. You can call what you want to call it. It's mind control. That's what I think. Grunt, you want to say anything?
I just laughed off the comment. Somebody said Fleece Johnson, Moe Factz.
Yeah.
Booty bandit.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Come on, man. We gotta do better. Come on. We got to do better. We can't let this stand, but let's go. Let's continue. This is where it's at. This is African culture. Press 1 if this is African culture. Well, she do got zebra on, so it might be. And look, this is so metaphorical right here. Look at this black man right here. He's so embarrassed. He look at his phone. Have you ever done that growing up? Like you see something that you don't want to see and you just stare at your phone or whatever you got in your hand, like, please.
Yes.
Please.
It's an automatic, we humans, it's an automatic nonverbal cue that we tend to do when we're more uncomfortable, I mean.
Right. You can see he's sitting there like, are you kidding me? Are y'all really acting like this out in public?
Yeah, and good question, Mo. And somebody in the comment, I'm looking at the comments now. They said, why every time a ratchet does something, it has to represent black folks? White folks don't claim meth heads. Good. I'll let you explain that, Mo. Go ahead.
Exactly. That's my point. This is how they want to lock us in to everything somebody does that look like you got to own it too. No, I don't. No, I don't. No. Other segments of society, and that's not just white either. If you don't fit into their culture, you're an outcast. It's like you're on the outside of our culture. You want to be that way? Oh, go ahead. You could be over there by yourself, but this is how we roll over here.
Example 1, Miley Cyrus.
Speak on it.
Okay, y'all. So y'all remember Hannah Montana, Best of Both Worlds, Disney Star Child and everything. And I'll use that example for later on. But for this specifically, she did a song with Mike Will, 23, you know, the Jordan song and everything. Mm-hmm. And she was going through her little phase and all that. I believe it was like for 2 years strong. They had looked at her like she was crazy, like she was on drugs and everything. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like they didn't, you know what I'm saying? They wasn't like, oh, we represent that. They made her look like an outcast. And I remember recently she went on Joe Rogan podcast and was talking about she was depressed for 2 years. Oh, I've been going through this and that, rehab and everything. Now I'm happy, I'm married and everything. So they pretty much saying that within that 2 year span when she was wilding out and doing all this stuff, that she had a mental illness. That's how certain other groups, you know, consider you an outcast if they don't approve of what you're doing, a part of their community. Go ahead.
Right. And when she came out, most famously at the VMAs that time, who she had with her? Black women. Now, it's plenty of white women that know how to twerk. She could have got, you know what I'm saying, all over the world, she could have flew them in, but who she get? You see what I'm saying? But she did that to stand out. But once she got through her little phase, guess what? She went clean her act up. You know what I'm saying? Went back to being, and okay, here, perfect example. Hold on, wait. We're gonna do this right here, right now. Hold on, wait 1 second. Wait 1 second.
Because Ty about to take my dang reference I was gonna use for later on, Ty. Delete that comment, Ty. I know exactly what you're talking about. That song.
Who appropriate your culture? Who's making a mockery of your culture? That's Miley Cyrus.
You serious? I ain't. Oh, she ain't had no BBL. Did that even exist?
That's a fake butt. A giant prosthetic butt. But we the problem.
That's crazy.
But we the problem.
Straight menstrual show up in there. Dang,
that's my point. You see? Thank you. That's exactly what it is. And the reason why I'm saying this is decent black women, self-respecting black women, they making it hard on y'all. they are making it hard on y'all because it makes it seem like black women are easy, black women are sexual objects, black women, you know what I'm saying, are built for sex. You want to go back to, you know what I'm saying, Hot and Top Venus? Go back and listen to WAP 1 and 2. Go back and listen to WAP 1 and 2. It's on the channel. How they used to parade that black woman around because her large buttocks and made her a minstrel.
And had her and they had her stuff too. When she passed away, they had her stuff.
Taxidermy.
That's what it's called?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Taxidermy like a deer, like a deer or a game, big game. And so when you go in these offices with these people that are not connected to our culture, this is all they know. So then they like, oh, you can fill up the black girl on, you know what I'm saying, in the office. You know, they like that. You know, they down for anything. You know what I'm saying? You hear how they, you know what I'm saying? Look, they ain't got no problem with it. They bust it open. That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm telling you. That's why it frustrates the hell out of me because guess what? This affects me too because my daughter, she about to turn 18, going to these offices. They gonna look at her like, oh, that's what time it is. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody care about them. No nobody, you know what I'm saying, oh, you know, you can do anything you want to them. Let me go get some comments right quick. You got anything you want to say, Grump?
No, go ahead, Mo.
It said inmates said these are the same people who say you're sexualizing children when you say little girls should be dressed modestly because there are predators looking at children. Exactly. And that's the other thing. Since we on the subject, what happened to mama and grandma clothes? You remember when we was younger? Like when you go in a store, you had like the little girl section, like the teen section, and then you had the mama section. You know what I'm saying? And then you had like the grandma section. Like all of them now, like once they get about 14, 15, from 14, 15, and this is all women. I'm gonna spread the love on this one. This is all women. Once they get about 14, 15, they wearing the same thing all the way up about 55, 65.
Correct.
And it be and I'm gonna keep it be at the graduations. You see it. As soon as they take them gowns off, it's like, what in the hell you have under that gown? It's like you about to go hit King of Diamonds.
And if you go to certain events dressed modest, like, you know, like back then, they'll think you either a Muslim or, you know, they'll think that it's some type of, they'll think you're controlled by a cult group or something, or by your significant other. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, we got Don in the house too. What's up, Don?
Don up in here.
It's just worldview warfare. He killed me with all them W's, boy. I got a lot of real estate on his face with the lips.
And that. But on another note, seriously, but with that predatory, there are some guys out here, all throughout the whole spectrum, that are predators, and this is a part of the process. So you said after 14 and 15, it's like all the clothes are same. So it's like less.
I'm talking in size.
And size too. So it's like fit, so it could show your whole figure and everything. And that is dangerous because there are predators out here. I'm not trying to, use these keywords, but that trafficking is at an all-time high, especially here in Florida. They're not playing.
Let me take this clown off my screen. But I'm just saying that's what it's a minstrel. That's exactly what it is. What's up, Christy Liz? How you doing? Yeah, I mean that's why we're doing this, because we know they're the minority, just like trappers and steppers and gangsters and deadbeat daddies is the minority in our group. But guess what? That's what they represent us by. And what we had to do is say, nah, we decent people, and not decent from the simple fact of trying to get approval from other groups. It's like when you see my woman out, I want her to be treated like every other woman. And let's just keep it 100. A lot of the way we dress and act cause a lot of this interracial violence between us all. You go to the club, you dress a certain way, you dance a certain way, dude get up on you, yo dude there, get the popping off. Then now it's pistol play out in the parking lot because he gotta, he gotta represent your represent your honor.
With the 808s playing in the background.
Sliced up. like Andre 3000 said, sliced up. You know what I mean? Like, bro, it irks me because, like I said, I got 3 little girls, and the peer pressure that come with it. I understand why girls succumb to the peer pressure because if you ain't what my grandma used to call fast, you know what I'm saying, then something wrong with you. That's the thing now. Oh, that's the perception. But I'm gonna get into this other clip just to balance this out. It's his sister, you know what I'm saying? She get etiquette class. I don't have her name right out. I had it written down somewhere, but I lost my paper. But she's gonna show how we should act in restaurants, and we're gonna close this little segment up. We're gonna move to something a little deeper.
A few table manners you can use so you can avoid embarrass yourself and you can leave a good impression. When you're about to sit down, this is the perfect time to silence your phone and put it away in your bag or your pocket, wherever you have it. Something I see a lot of people do, they will place your phone on the table, then flip it over. If when they do
Divulge, I'll get her name. I'll put in the comments, bro. Calm down. Easy.
that, the phone becomes invisible. Like, I don't understand. Just put your phone away. It's very polite. Ladies, no matter how beautiful or expensive your bag is, avoid placing it on the table. It's very rude to do so. Instead, place your bag in an empty chair at the table you are sitting. Also, if you...
And that's exactly the point. I ain't gonna play the whole thing, but that's the point right there, Ty. I just wanted to get somebody to say that. They would say this young lady acts white because she's covered up and speaking, calmly, and but what y'all don't go ahead.
Now, Ty, I see where you're going at, Ty, but you got to be careful. You're not generalizing, but you're saying ignorant. Like, you get what I'm saying? So that's why I say put the some before it, because when we on these type of subjects right here, you could easily pull somebody by being triggered instead of actually giving us intellectual property. But you're right.
He defined them as a subset, the ignorant ones. So that's why I showed this. You're saying he's saying the ignorant ones, not some of the ignorant ones. The ignorant ones would say, but my point is this. The reason why I showed this clip is this energy right here, ladies, coming from a man and grump a man too. This is way more attractive. This is way more attractive when a woman is actually in her feminine bag.
And I think she represents for all women, like a charm school, I believe.
Right. That's universal.
Yeah, universal. Yeah.
A woman being in her feminine bag is way more attractive to a man. Like when you bend over and shaking it, it's like, yeah, you're gonna trigger something very carnal in me, like the caveman in me. But I get you what saying, man. Yeah, no, what I'm saying is I would not take it off of color, race, anything. I showed her because the energy, you hear it. Look at me, ladies, don't take my word for it, read the comments.
I'm just checking the temperature right here. That's all, Mo. That's all I'm glad. I'm saying to the ladies, check the calm, delicate, soft-spoken. That gets way further with a man than being trying to be the center of attention and over-sexualized. And yeah, you're gonna feed to our carnal mind, but after that, it's like they gonna view you as a piece of meat. It's like you presented yourself as a piece of meat,
That's what you're going to be. Miss Tiffany said, my cousin used to say I was talking white because they from the South and I'm from the North. Since when I was speaking proper, since
just kills me,
since
man.
when I was speaking proper, talking white. So is she talking proper, black and proper? Shaking my head. No, it's not. Like I said, it's not. Here's the thing. It's not about Southern dot. Come, I have a Southern accent. It's about how you speak. Even if you misspeak or use improper grammar, it's the tone of how you sound. It's the tone of how you sound. Like I said, I don't want to belabor this point any longer, but I just want to counterbalance her energy with what we saw in that restaurant.
Okay.
That's what I'm doing here. The juxtaposition of the two. The one, she's fully clothed.
And she got an accent. She got a French accent, it sounds like.
Right. And like I said, and there's plenty of...
It don't, yeah.
My mom was a debutante, and she didn't think, well, my mom didn't come from hardly... She was poor. Let's just keep it 100. She was poor. But it was something that the older people used to instill in you. It's like manners. It's like, oh, you got to be rich to have manners. No. My grandma, my mom's mom, you better not have your elbows on the table. You better have one hand in your lap when you eating. You better have not hold the daggone fork like a baseball bat. No singing at the table. No reaching over people. You know what I'm saying? These are things that were ingrained from people that didn't have much of nothing. But they had dignity. Where do we go wrong here? I'm talking about, like, bruh, my paternal grandparents had an outhouse and I used it. We talking about in the 80s. But when they went somewhere, you couldn't tell how much money they had because they were just as clean cut and dressed up. You know what I'm saying? Bruh. Yeah, right. Chew with your mouth closed. Better not reach over nobody. No whispering. Man, don't get me started. Don't get me started. Where did we go wrong? And what I'm saying, that's a society as a whole, but it's like when you do those kind of things, now, oh, you this or you that. Chrissy said, where we've gone is nobody respects themselves or love themselves anymore. And that's the point. And when we get to that point, ain't no love, that's a scary place to be. But like I said, I don't want to belabor the point, but I want to make why this is dangerous when we start to devalue each other, just in any relationship, but specifically in black relationships. And we got to go to the Honorable Dr. Frances Cress Welsing, and she's going to break down the division or the divide this is strategic between our race, between the male and female.
I would say to establish racial confusion. Do you see? And to, like, I think that there's a deliberate program that's going on from what I can see. Do you see, where a deliberate plan, like there was an article in the Washington Post some time ago saying, since black women are so disappointed with black men, they should try white men.
And see, and that now that's going vice versa. Now, Grump, are we going there, Grump? Are we going there?
Hey, you do your thing, man.
All right, so we're gonna have to go there. Now it's vice versa. Just because black women, quote unquote, are so out of pocket, let's go find other race of women. And then what killed me is the other race of women, a lot of these dudes find that push that BS narrative, they go find the bottom of somebody else's race. That's what killed me. Yeah, rest in peace to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. She was the truth, still is the truth. But it's crazy. You hear people pushing this narrative, oh, go to this country, get your passport, whatever else, and they bringing back something worse than what they had here. That don't make no sense. And I'm gonna say it like this: you love who you love. Find the best person you can that loves you the best. That's not what I'm saying. But as we let Dr. Francis Cress Wilson continue, the division and all this in between us is a design. It's a design system. But at the time when she wrote this, it was black men that was the problem, and black women had the problem with black men. But now, as we know, this goes both ways.
And that's where the scandal program comes in. In other words, instead of black people understanding racism, white supremacy as a system, and engaging in black self-respect, thinking, speaking, and acting, then the white supremacy system says, no, what we want to do is put them in a state of confusion and worshiping white. So then they will not challenge the system of racism, white supremacy.
And let's define white supremacy. That's the one, and this is Neely Fuller's, the Honorable Neely Fuller's definition of one world government. See, globalism, let me just be very simple with this. Globalism want one thing: less people. I'm going to say that again. Globalism want one thing: less people. How do you do that? You cause confusion between the sexes. I always say it starts with us. It doesn't end with us. It starts with us. We are the ones they run the beta test on. They say, okay, we got this group over here. I'm saying basically like lab rats. Let's go ahead and run this test on them and see how we can divide their race. We all know that black people used to be some of the highest percentage married people in the United States. But what do? They dropped the feminism bomb on us. They start putting the man over the woman over us. You see what I'm saying? This is what they did. This is by design. And what it does is it causes distrust. But guess what? It starts with us. It trickles over into other groups. This is why young people are finding it so hard to find significant others and have committed relationships. I'm an old dog. I'm 40 years old. I'm married, happily married, got, kids. I'm out the game. I could care less. But guess what? If I had that kind of attitude, I got to think about who is my children going to marry? How is my children going to be perceived? Who is my son? What kind of wife my son going to find? What kind of wives are my daughters going to be? What kind of men are going to be out there for them? You see what I'm saying? We always got to be thinking about the next generation. We're so selfish and self-centered that we don't realize we're allowing this kind of degradation of the nuclear family structure, as ASAP Atheist says, to be just total destroyed. And it's by design. Grump, go ahead. I know I said a lot, but I want to lay that out there.
Oh, no, I'm about to say, this is the part of you educating me on this subject right here, so go ahead.
But you're living it, though. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm an old dog. You know what I'm saying? We had our problems. We had our issues. You know what I'm saying? But it's even hyped up now because you have the internet pushing these narratives. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no good men out there. Ain't no good women out there. And what it does is, you know what I'm saying, it paralyzes people from taking risks on people because, like, well, you're just going to be you're going to be this, you're going to be a narcissist, you're going to be a whore, you're going to be, you know what I'm saying, you're going to be this, whatever. And it keeps people away from each other. I like that, Christy. Christy said we need more wholesome and spiritually hygienic traditions. And that's the point. Look, don't get it twisted. My grandparents, they used to go out to the juke joint, cut up, you know what I'm saying? But they didn't do it. They did it there. And what my thing is, like I said, I ain't no prude. I am not no prude. I am not a goody two shoes. What I'm saying is it's got to be at the appropriate place and appropriate time. You see people at cookouts, family cookouts, your grandma there, everybody there, and the girl busting it open. Hell, now the grandma might enjoy them.
Grandma's still like, what is it, the 50, the new 30?
Right. Zudekai in the house. Zudekai, how you doing? The resident artist of the Moe Factz channel. And look, to be honest with you, I got something for you, and we might have to talk about it on another. But I'm gonna need you to chime in here for 1 second if you can hang around. But no, let's let Dr. Francis Cress Wilson continue with this design, with this planned division that's going on.
You see, in other words, instead of black men and black women looking at each other, and because they have high levels of respect for themselves as individuals, they end up with...
No, they didn't go to smash atheists. What they did was, what I'm saying is, you would go to the little, you're saying, whatever, the spot, they call it the spot or the juke joint or wherever, you drink, cut up, whatever else, and then you come home, you know what I'm saying, and live your everyday life. Everybody need that release. We get it. But it's like, it's in the middle of a brunch, we allowing buses to ride around with images of women with they whole female parts busted open, even though it's a crude representation. We know what it means. Inmate said we NRI, we taught how to behave home and abroad. Right. And that was the thing. Your grandma tell you, like, when you go somewhere, act like you done been raised. So it's like, even when you out, you be on your best behavior when you outside. But I guess that's respectability politics. I don't know. I guess I'm pushing respectability politics because I want people to be decent when they go out. Like I said, there's a time and place. We got clubs, nightclubs, bars, all that. You're saying go have that, go there. And that's all the man that was saying in the restaurant was saying. Grump, you want to say anything?
No, keep going, Almo. You on fire.
I appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
High level respect for one another. And they relate 24/7 as though they have high levels of respect for themselves and for each other. And because they love themselves and respect themselves, then they become a challenge to racism, white supremacy.
And you're not going to beat this one world system without a mate. Everything now is designed for two people. Have y'all not realized that? This whole system is designed for two people. It's designed for families. But the problem is, this is why, and I'm going to just humanize these lizard people for a minute. They look at us and say, oh, y'all don't want to do better? Y'all don't want to appreciate the system we gave y'all? Get rid of them. Wipe them out. We'll start over. Everything in this life, that's why you had to have roommates. That's why you had to have splitting bills and all this stuff, because it's designed. Why you think the tax code give people that have children a tax break? Why do you think that is? Because they have a system, but they say, okay, y'all don't want to play that way. Y'all want to be, you know what I'm saying? Y'all want to be, don't want to build, build family structures or whatever else. So then the other people took over. That's exactly what I'm saying. That's exactly what we got going here. But let's wrap up with Dr. Francis Cress Wilson, the Honorable.
They raise their black children to have respect for black. And so then they challenge.
Hold on, I'm gonna back this up a little bit because I cut into her so we can hear what she's saying in context. This is very, very deep. I'm gonna just play it all the way through because it's very deep what she's saying.
Respect for one another. You see, in other words, instead of black men and black women looking at each other, and because they have high levels of respect for themselves as individuals, they end up with high level respect for one another. And they relate 24/7 as though they have high levels of respect for themselves and for each other. And because they love themselves and respect themselves, then they become a challenge to racism, white supremacy. and they raise their black children to have respect for black. And so then they challenge the unjust system of racism, white supremacy. See, instead of that, no, let's have, under the conditions of racism, white supremacy, let's pretend, I don't know whether to say black people wanted to pretend that Thomas Jefferson loved Sally Hemings. That was his black female slave.
And that's a whole fact, because Oprah and all of them was pushing that. Like they were lovers.
Damn.
When she was his captive.
They talk about the president?
And her yes.
Oh dang, I can't believe they actually pushed that narrative.
They try to rehabilitate that to say, oh, they were lovers and they had children out of love and whatever else, but she was still his slave. And he might have had a BDSM red room, but you know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about that maybe on another episode, or maybe in the episode of me and Adam. Cause they had this little room that had hey bro, let me stop.
Yeah.
He didn't free her. She wanted to be free. But see, black people want to say, oh no, they had a love relationship. Just like people want to look at Scandal and say, oh, that's a love relationship. Please. In the system of racism, white supremacy.
All right. So now we got to get to the artist. I know a lot of y'all was in here saying, well, you know what I'm saying? She a black woman. Hey, look, y'all not going to get me kicked off YouTube by assuming her gender. Well, assuming they gender, their gender, or however you want to say it. But this is the artist behind Meek Mill's album cover. Let me share this right quick, and then we're going to get into the video.
Okay.
It says Meek Mill's album cover, the internal conflict of black women who love hip hop. And her name is Nina Chanel Abney. And she's a popular black artist. So that's who created that image. That's who created that image that was on that bus in his album cover. Let's not get it. That's you ain't gonna hang this on black men. And we're gonna get into now black women. Y'all have to be protective of your image. We got a head start on y'all because we was at the very bottom. So we realized real quick, like, oh, y'all trying to paint us all out to be thugs or criminals or whatever else. That's what they working on. They working on y'all now to paint y'all out to be thoughts and hoes and what's some other words? Jump offs and I want to date myself, but skeezers. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always a word. So let's get into this little clip with artists. Anything you want to say, Grunt, before we start this clip?
Go ahead. I'm good.
Now, I don't want to overrun, you know what I'm saying, but just, bro, I'm passionate about this because, I mean, I'm passionate about families.
Yeah, you on fire. I was about to say, go ahead, bro. You got it, man. You on fire.
Yeah, hold on. DMV know what's up, bro. We looked around, was like, hold on. The end of the 90s, the early 2000s, we had them big old jeans on. You know, like, hold on, brothers got to clean up their act. Hold on now. You know what I'm saying? Y'all trying to play our face, trying to make us chicken heads. Y'all trying to play our face. Y'all trying to make us look like we straight up big old chains and looking crazy. And that's why they took rap the way they did, because what happened was brothers started cleaning themselves up and getting sharp. And they was like, nope, we got to go find the dumbest rappers possible that can barely articulate a sentence and give them the biggest deals. By design. But yeah, we're going to get into Miss Nina Chanel Abney. This is the creator of that monstrosity of that was on the side of that bus, like I said. And now Zudica, this is where I'm gonna need. Yeah, I know you're an artist. I know you are. Look, we're gonna have to. We might have to have a converse with you. You know what I'm saying, to get the artistic perspective. That's why I'm trying to do with that platform right there is bring in the people that are experts, like Grump is with the nonverbal cues and the psychological stuff. With you with art, and a host of other people. Don with the worldview warfare and a host of other people. I just too many to name. Have y'all come here and educate me and the rest of the people in things that you are skilled in. So yes, I would love to have you on to speak on the art aspect of this.
I probably would call my work colorfully seductive, maybe deceptively simple investigations of...
Now, hold on. This is a so-called black woman. Like I said, I don't want to gender her. I'm not being disrespectful. But I didn't find anywhere that said she was queer or anything like that. So I'm gonna call her a female. But she gives out the vibes that she may have an alternative lifestyle. No judgment, but it just is what it is. But how can she have an alternative lifestyle and be a representative for black women? Yeah. Uh-huh. Is that some internalized hate there? Are we going there tonight? Is that some internalized hate there? Because we ain't gonna play this game. The girls that are not as attractive, that get picked on, that cause they smart and may not be that well, well socialized. These are the ones that go off to college and get the degrees, and then they look down on the women they think are dumb. That was what WAP 1 and 2 was about. The two sides of that coin. And what they use is the women that sexualize for their own personal gain and their human target, their human shield to take all the slings and arrows, while at the same time they can say, oh, they hoes. They ain't like me. Oh, I know what time it is. I went to school with them. Can't pull the wool over my eyes. Hey, well, you want to say something, Grump?
Oh no, that's out of my league. I have no experience in what you're saying right there. So
you do, because you went to school. You know the girls that was fast and got all the dudes. You know what I'm saying? But then the ones that kept their head in books and achieved and got far. You know what I'm saying? There was always some kind of energy or enmity between the two.
And I understand why too. I understand why.
You want to speak on that, or you want to keep going?
No, you keep going, Mo.
All right. But I'm just saying, look at this. Look who's supposedly representing y'all. But I'm gonna let her continue on. She's speaking on her other exhibits.
Contemporary cultural issues. When I usually do more site-specific installation, I try to take a look at some of the news headlines or just general issues that area might be grappling with and how they relate to more broad issues, like world issues. For this piece in particular, I came across a few articles and it inspired me to investigate some of the subtleties of systemic racism and cultural racism. I was very excited about creating a piece that might really encourage some kind of dialogue for people who are just...
Stop. Now this is what we got to ask ourselves. And this is metaphorical here. Who gives you the wall to paint on? Let that soak in for a minute. Who provides you a wall to paint on? Let's check in with the resident artist here. See if she had anything to say. Okay, she's talking to it inside the chat. But no, who gave her this wall to paint on? So everything she paint got to be acceptable, whoever provided that wall. Think about that. The same way with any other art, quote unquote art that's created. All these albums. And you know the funny thing, Grump? Just to back up for a minute. Everybody got all bent out of shape about the imagery on the album cover. But how many black men did Meek Mill kill in that album?
How many what?
How many black men did he actually kill on record on the actual album?
Oh. None.
No, what I mean by that is I bust a head out, let the chopper spray, Draco spray. He probably killed 500 niggas. Excuse my language when I said it on purpose, but killed 5, and that's how he would say it.
Dang. Yeah.
Nobody say nothing about what's in the album. And like I said, freedom of speech. But that kind of behavior gets no pushback from anybody. Except for Ayo, you know what I'm saying? He constantly calling out the rap trap. And if y'all don't go, you know what I'm saying, go check out his channel. Ayo Kaseko. The king, you know what I'm saying, the king of calling out the rap trap.
You're right. If you would have said anything about killing another group or even a dog or something like that by rap, oh, it's over with. It's over with.
What's up? Tommy Schroeder said Meek called at least 20 bodies on this album. Now, okay, now you could kill black men all day on album, but yeah, but a few niggas on there causing national incident. Just think about that. But all right, we're gonna continue on with Miss Abney.
In the lobby, they can start to engage as soon as they walk in the door. I would have the viewer, when thinking about the checkerboard, maybe think about a grid or a race or a game or a racial binary.
Racial binary. Binary.
And with the figures in relation to the numbers, maybe look into disproportions, how people are counted, look at the census. When I'm creating the imagery, I usually take figures, I'll purposely make them anonymous or ambiguous, and also create symbols and iconography that can take on multiple meanings so the viewer can easily contextualize the work with themselves. When I'm trying to create work that will elicit some kind of response, I would say I will feel uneasy sometimes, but usually that tells me I'm going in the right direction. My thing is start the conversation. Most of the things are evident and the issues that I want everyone to kind of start to talk about, but it's really about the individual and how they connect to it. So as long as they are thinking about it for themselves, I'm happy.
Oh, yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? Azucar, I hope I pronounced that correctly. The live is his own. I'm going to stop right here for a second just to talk about the live. The live is its own thing. Y'all be having your own conversation in the live, which be beautiful. That's why I don't hand out wrenches. That's why I don't censor people. Hey, look, as long as y'all respectful to each other, and look, we all adults here. If somebody say something, hey, say something back, or what we do, we ignore them. But the live is its own thing. Y'all have your own thing going on over there. Now, I did get that from the big homie, the hater star. The live is over here. And he would say, y'all having your own thing, Factz family. But you know what though? Everybody is respectful of each other, even though you may not agree. And I love to see that. With that said, I must remind y'all again, this is a value for value platform. I don't take any money from YouTube. I do appreciate the digital real estate they allow me to have to you know what I'm saying, to have these lives. I appreciate Grump being here as well. So if you find value in this show, the link tree is attached to the top with all the Cash App or the PayPal or Venmo or Square, all different ways you can show your value. And at the same time, we have Young Grump here. If nothing else, go pay the man with a like and a subscribe, comment on his videos, because he makes quality content. Like I said, he got some videos coming this weekend. So please show the man some love as well and some value. With that said, let's get back to the show. I appreciate that, Young Deals. And like I said, I only make shows that I feel from my heart. And when I saw this imagery on this bus, that was a problem for me. But now we ain't gonna put all the blame on Miss Abney, because the simple fact is this right here. This has been a long-standing problem amongst women themselves, specifically black women, and it starts, I ain't gonna say it starts, but it evolved with reality TV. Now, Grump, you want to say something about reality TV? Because you grew up in the reality TV age. Not to age you or anything, but I was already an adult when it came about.
Okay, so the reality, that it makes it seem like stuff is real, like the Love and Hip Hop you talking about, and like them little dating shows,
all that.
Yeah, it makes it seem like it creates like a persona. Like, this is why I told you a while back about how it's a blur line between reality and social media.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what it had caused, during my upbringing with reality TV. It's like, oh, this is how it's supposed to be done. Like that Disney mindset approach.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, well, if we're going to talk about reality TV, we got to go to the top dog. And that would be one Miss Mona. Wow, I forgot her name. Mona, what is her name? I lost my paper here somewhere. Y'all know Mona Scott. Excuse me. Had to find my paper. Let me remove that video. And let's get to Miss Mona Scott, because she's the one. Now, I got to be honest. Flavor of Love, he was the genesis of this iteration of reality TV. And the things that women would do, that showed a whole nother underbelly. But what I will say of Flavor of Love, it was a mixed crowd of women.
Correct.
Right. So when Mona Scott came along, gave us Love and Hip Hop, and she's not the only one, because you got, I think her name's Shawnee O'Neal with the Basketball Wives and all these other shows. But we're just going to talk about Mona Scott because she's the boss. She's the queen of reality TV. She created an environment for this new, like Grant was saying, this new mindset or mind control, for lack of a better word. But let's let her say it in her own words.
Understand that as a woman of color, there is a responsibility that I have to protect the image of black women and of black people as transmitted by the world. Okay.
So now, Grump, let's just go through this. She says she understands that, she's supposed to protect the image that's being portrayed of black women and black people out to the world. Okay?
Yep. She's acknowledged of that.
She's aware that the image that she put on there can represent us as a whole. She's aware of that. Now, she touched her chin, Grump. This is where I need you at.
Oh, so you want me to speak on it right here?
What was the chin touching? What is that? Is that anything? Do I need to be aware of?
Oh, no, I'm about to say it ain't nothing too serious. It's like her making a decision right here. It's like, a judge in court.
Mm-hmm.
Like she realized she has I'm not gonna say power, but the influence on the image. She says she understands that she ain't said she had control of it, but she's aware of it. And her touching her chin right there is her decision she making on it. So is this the woman that put the, how do I explain it? Like the stereotype or something?
No, she's the one she's the creator and producer of a lot of Love and Hip Hop.
Oh, she is a Love Hip. I had no idea.
Yeah. Oh no, we always go back to and what I'm saying is, let me be clear. We understand there's white executives over her.
Yeah.
Some of a certain brotherhood or a tribe. We get that. We understand that. But the way I see it is like this. What we have, and what people, let me explain something here. People may get on me and say, Mo, why you always get on the boule and you don't never get on white folks? You don't never get on. It's like Mario Brothers. You got to get past the Goombas first before you can even get to Cooper. You see what I'm saying? You got to get past the little characters first before you can even get to Cooper. And this is what we doing. We getting past the little characters here. But at the same time, they are the white supremacy, mind control, and narrative is delegated down to them. That's how the boule works. They don't make moves on their own. They make moves that are given to them. Zudica says, Mona Scott, don't jump on me like that. Mona Scott, let me see. Mona Scott is in many ways revolutionary, as laughable as that is. She changed how TV worked regarding its engagement of daily life of the U.S. And that's right. And it came about at the same time with social media. So a lot of these reality stars is always on 24/7. They're always on in role. So that's a very good observation.
Okay, that's why. I see it. I see what, dang, Mona Scott.
Because it never stops. Cardi B she was never stopped being Cardi B.
That's crazy. Because this is my first time, hearing about Mona Scott with the Love of Hip Hop, because as soon as that show came on, I mean, the Flavor of Love and all that, yeah, I had, and I Love New York. I grew up on that watching it, but as I got older, I was like, hold up, this ain't, it's too much. And then Love and Hip Hop, Atlanta Housewives and all that, I didn't even touch, episodes of that, So that's why I'm not aware of Mona Scott. But that explains, her touching the chin. It's like she's aware of her power in this situation to make a decision. Be like, okay, we're going to go this way.
Mm-hmm. And we're gonna let her explain what her power is. Let's continue.
Okay.
And I recognize that, but what I also feel as strong.
But no, she always said that she recognized her power and portray how we portrayed, but then she followed up with a but, and then this is what she says after the but.
And I recognize that, but what I also feel as strongly about is that there is a right for every Black person to tell their story. This right here was about the women in hip hop who have relationships with these men. Their stories have a right to be told. So that is something I will stand fast in and, argue down anybody any day of the week. What is sometimes infuriating is that my counterparts, my white male counterparts, my white female counterparts, aren't held to the same scrutiny, the same criticisms that I'm held to because I am a Black woman. And
so she's held to a higher standard because she's a Black woman. No, that's not how it works. You're held to a higher standard because you understand how these images would be translated and misconstrued in the public media, in the mainstream media, to be representative of all of us. And this is what we always have to be careful of, because of course they have so many different channels, so many different outlets. They have the Country Music Awards, they have the Classical Music Awards, they have the Rock Music Awards. They give us one group. They give us one slice. And if it don't fall into that slice, then it's like, oh, that's not authentic. As soon as you try to step outside of that, oh, that's not authentic. That's not Black. People tell you right now, that's not Black. Like you were saying before, Grump, you were saying, why you acting white?
I didn't say that. Those people in the comments.
No, I'm saying that may say it would be said. Is the point I'm making?
Oh yeah, I'm later on. I'm gonna have to do a full session on that brainwashed Western indoctrination mindset right there, because that actually gives off a flag that people haven't traveled the world. It just the perception of it. Go ahead, Mo.
No, I mean I'm just saying, but you know how it goes.
Yes, sir.
Anytime you step outside, that goes to show you that we've been pigeonholed. Even if it can still be. Now the point, if you play jazz music, it's like that's white music. How did jazz become white music?
What the heck, bro? Listen, like people in the comments, if y'all have even family members or peers who act just like how Mo is acting, for example, please, I'm not telling you what to do, but if I was in that position, I'd separate myself from that individual immediately, because that is a virus mindset right there. It's like the Matrix Agent Smith mindset right there. This woman that we're looking at right now, I've just been educated that she had a say-so within the image of many of our people. and she's actually justifying it. So from her speaking, like saying she'll argue anybody any day about this, I'm assuming that she had got backlash many times over this.
And the thing is, you are held to a higher standard. Because guess what? White people hold other white people to a higher standard if they misrepresenting their race. They look like, oh no, or they outcast them. You know what I'm saying? Don't act like they don't call each other trash and hillbilly, and you know what I'm saying? They quick to divide themselves up. Let's keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? They quickly just say, nah, They ain't all of us. That's a hillbilly. Or that's you know what I'm saying? Or that's trash, or that's a trailer park, or that's whatever. The new thing, that's a Trumper. You know what I'm saying? That's a MAGA person. You know what I'm saying? They quick to, now, if it's something that they don't want inside their collective, they are quick to, Nah, they ain't us. They don't represent all of us, but it's like we're a collective, and she understands the collective mind state that we have because we have so very little outlets, and that falls on us as well, because we have the opportunity now with YouTube, with social media, with the internet, to create content that counters the narrative. Now we got to have the bravery and the courage to do it. So it's no more excuse anymore now. And then we had to critique these people that put forward this toxic imagery without context. Let me say without context, because she's right. Stories need to be told. But you have people like what's your boy name? Lee Daniels that tell story like Precious. Tyler Perry, I saw some of y'all say that tell stories without proper context and without proper layers of it, that it makes it a caricature.
Yes, it do. And it shouts out to Tyler Perry. You know his process, where he came from, is inspiring, to our community, like, what he did and what he's doing. But the setup, like, you got the black woman who's being mistreated by the dark-skinned brother, and then you got the brown paper bag brother that goes over it. Like, what is the same setup? I'm just saying, like, I just peeped that. So that's where you're going at, right? With the structure,
right? And all of that. But then he also has his caricatures of black women, like the one in there was like Byron. You know what I'm saying? Or go ahead.
What's her name?
Tiana Taylor. She played a role. The one that, I don't want to get too far away from the narrative, but what I'm saying is he portrays these women. It's one black woman that every movie she played of his, she played the same character. The one that played in what was the three my little girls? What was it called? Three little, well, not was
Daddy's Little Girls.
Daddy Little Girls. Excuse me, Daddy Little Girls. Then she played in Why Did I Get Married? Yeah. She played the same abrasive, cantankerous, abusive, alcoholic black woman in every movie.
Yeah, and it's like I'm not gonna go there, but yeah, that's crazy right there. Like, that's the perception. It was like she had to look like that, and so once you look at it, you see a character that looks exactly like that, that she has to have that same energy. It's crazy.
Like you gonna play this same. I mean, I think her name Tasha in every movie. You know what I'm saying? It's like you gonna be Tasha. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna be. And no, like you said, he don't never have the women on the fair end of the spectrum. It's always, like I said, it's so predictable. It's disgusting. It's so predictable. It's disgusting. But let's go back, and we gonna get on Tyler Perry another day, because we're saying because if I'm gonna be fair, we gotta roast him just like we roasting here for black women. We gotta roast the imagery of black men that's being painted. But like I said, the Meek Mill gave us a great backdrop to talk about this tonight. But we definitely gonna get on Mr. Perry too, because he's been even more so corrosive to the imagery of our people.
You're right. Yeah, I want to say that last thing, but I'm talking about the spectrum on that woman's side. It always got to be the dark skinned woman to be the angry and raging one. It's like, what the hell going on? Like, and I was a kid when I saw those movies. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, even me being a kid realizing that, it's like, what's going on? So yeah.
Yeah, so all right, so let's get back to Miss Mona.
And coming into it, I tapped into a world that I had experienced and compelling in a way that would make for good narrative television. Why am I being vilified for doing this when in reality television, there are shows that run the gamut from the, Housewives franchise and taking out the Atlanta Housewives to, Honey Boo Boo. There are tons of shows that show the full range of white people, and it's okay. And nobody is hanging any of those producers out to dry or saying that they are bringing down their culture for providing the very same opportunities to the cast members of those shows.
Opportunity. She said it's opportunity. It's usury is what it is. If these women don't get on there and play a certain role or cause enough drama, you see it every time. They'll be like, so-and-so kicked off the show because they don't have a storyline. And these women go out and actually create storylines so they can be part of the show.
And I want to say this. It's like she using the other people as, see, they're doing it and they don't have, so what's the point? Like we've been raised like what's right, what's wrong, what's wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like white people have school shooters. Why can't we have a school shooter? You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's wrong?
Yeah.
It's like, huh? It's like, what?
I remember, I'll tell you something real quick. I remember my mother, like, I used to hang with when I was a kid, one of my friends around the corner, and, he just been going to bed all times of the night, just doing crazy stuff. I try to bring it back to the household, and I remember I was young, my mother said, what they do at their house, stay at their house, but you, my son, like, you get what I'm saying? It's like, don't try to put, like, they do it, why don't, I do it here. So yeah, I just want to
Atheist said Moe mentioned jazz. Jazz is American. Sure, they might say, why are you playing white music? But the message behind that is, why are you proliferating positive American history? No, my point is that we're so disconnected from our history that the music that we created, the art forms that we created, are identified by other groups. That's just like with breaking and stuff now. It's like, breaking is, you know what I'm saying? If you start break that, it's like, man, you know what I'm saying? They're like, that's not black. It's like, huh? That goes to show you how disconnected we are from the things that we create, because there is no spectrum anymore.
They won't really say that's not black, but this is another defense mechanism. They be like, that's lame as hell.
Right.
Like you a goofy, like, they try, like, you make you look like you the buffoonery, like you the minstrel show. They make you look, because you're not doing what's current.
Yeah. Right, and that's the thing. It's like, it's always an ever changing expectation, but at the same time, it never brings in the past. I mean, don't get me started on that. I mean, how we treat our stars and whatever else. Like, are they old? You know what I'm saying? Like, how they old? You know what I'm saying? Like, you never see old rappers get respect. But like I said, I'm not going to digress. But let's finish with Mona.
It's a hard pill to swallow, and it's something that I live with every day. But, going back to my very clear sense of who I am, what I contribute, what my relationship is with the cast, what my intentions are. My intentions are always to provide opportunities. And that's what this platform has done. That's what this franchise has done. That's what I've built with my company, both for people of color in front of and behind the camera. And I sit firmly in that.
She sits firmly in it. Okay.
In translation, she's saying that, she's giving opportunity to her people, especially Black women, by giving them opportunity. So that means the opportunity is you better have some drama and do the stereotypical things in order for you to work within my company and this system that I got set up. It's crazy how they just go over that whole explanation.
And what she also said is to make it in a shorter form of is, I'm getting money though.
Yeah,
like that's the justification for everything now. I'm getting money though.
And that's something that's hard to argue with too, because it's true. She is, but at the end of the day, it goes off of people's morals. Because what happens if she's like, you know what, I'm taking care of my family, I build generational wealth, I'm good. My brothers and sisters straight. Now for the other people, they gotta make it out on their own. Like, you get what I'm saying? Is she being disingenuous, or how do I explain it? Like, do she supposed to feel obligated to take the initiative to balance it out on what she was doing? That's my question.
That's for her to speak to.
Oh, okay.
But what I'm saying, because like only she can. But the fact that she has to address that 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 it sits some kind of way with her.
Oh, there it is, Mo. Okay,
you see what I'm saying? That when you gotta, that's like the drug dealer buying everybody turkeys. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so you done took so much from the community. You done extracted so much wealth from the community that you gotta go and, hey, I'm gonna buy everybody turkeys on Thanksgiving, you know what I'm saying, to show love to the hood. It's like you done took all their money.
You done got a mother, son killed. You done got a father, daughter strung out on drugs, prostitution, and you want to damn buy the whole hood turkeys and damn back to school stuff.
Right, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to get the kid pencils and paper. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to look out. You know what I'm saying? Like, they would have pencils and paper if you wouldn't sell their mama crack rocks.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to say this, as she has to take responsibility, but also you had to equally take responsibility. That's all I'm saying.
And they get butt hurt and talk about why the hood don't love me, man. It's a lot. I'm done, man. Go ahead, Mo.
why the hood don't love? It's like, bro, okay. But let's get into your point you was making with with the images that they had to portray on her show. It's an expectation. Here she is on the reel.
These stars often blame the editors and the producers for the way they are portrayed on TV.
I know.
What do you have to say about that?
Wouldn't it be great if we could have someone that we could just say they made me do it? As we go through life every single day, we all do things every day that we think about, we're not proud of, we don't love.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be convenient?
Okay.
If there was somebody that we could point to and say it was all their fault.
Yeah.
You know, like.
Now she's saying that the women are blaming her for it. But you the boss, right?
She subconsciously try to do a blame on the higher ups, and it's crazy how what's that lady name to the right side of her in that green dress?
Lonnie Love.
She was on Soul Plane, I think, when I was young. But anyway, yeah, you see,
that's not her.
Oh, that's not her. My bad.
I don't think that's her.
Not the one, the security guard with Monique, the TSA one.
No, I don't think that is that Lonnie Love. I don't think so. Is it? It might be. I don't think so though. But that's funny either way. But no, she blaming it. She pushing it down on their choice to act like that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. That's why. Yeah, that's the image she put in.
Oh, she was. No, are you right? She was. Is that her? Okay.
See, and then on the girl,
she looks so different. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I ain't seen Soul Plane in so long, man.
Check this out. Let me know if I'm right. I think the Latina on the right side of her, I think she was on the Cheetah Girls on that Disney movie. And on the girl on the left side, I think she was on Smart Guy, Tina Tamera or something like that. And on the far left side, I think she was on Zack and Cody or something, acting like the blonde, Asian, rich. I'm not smart girl. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong in the chat, y'all.
Hey, bro, you nailing it. They agreeing with you. But yeah, what I'm saying is now she's saying in the last clip, she was saying, don't blame me. I'm just keeping up with my counterparts. But now she's saying, don't blame me. These girls get up here and act the way they want to act, which you already know. That's their job. They have to come to work and do what's expected of them. If they were coming up there reading Shakespeare and drinking tea, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Having formals and tea time and went throwing glasses at each other and, you know what I'm saying? Taking heels off, you know what I'm saying? Trying to stab each other and everything else. They wouldn't be on the show very long. You'd be boring. Let's just keep it a buck.
Yeah, that's facts you speaking right there. That's straight facts. I can't disagree.
No, I mean, it's bored. I mean, don't play them games with me, but let's let her continue on.
But I mean, listen, I always say it's not a magic box, right? That camera, we all do things that we look back at and we wish we had handled differently and maybe not have done or said that. And it's easy to point the finger and blame, producers for that. But these guys know this. None of it is scripted. It's all them. Yes.
Got it.
So it's
none of it's scripted. Last time I checked, don't they have on the end of the show it say written by?
Yeah, that is true.
Y'all fact check me in the live. Don't all these reality shows have somebody say written by?
And what they mean by written by, it's like they forcing a narrative to be like, okay, you the one, like, that's crazy.
This like they be acting like, oh, hey girl, I didn't know you was coming to this restaurant, you know what I'm saying, with your camera crew, and I got my camera crew here. Come on, knock it off. But that go to show you the intelligence of the viewership she has to think, you know what I'm saying, that this is not scripted.
She been drinking all the Kool-Aid. I ain't gonna lie. That cream Kool-Aid, she been drinking all of it. For real. The way she acting, let's just be real. Let's like, whoa, what's going on here? Because the last interview, she wasn't on that. She was just getting in the game, some skin in the game, and now she's on some. I eat damn snails in France, and like what's going on here?
Yeah, man. And let's be honest here. She a pimp. She a pimp.
Yeah. That's that game, that sweet talking, man.
Andrea said, hold on, Andrea, she made a good point. She said, this woman is the type that smiles and encourages foolishness while turning the knife in your back. Right. Or she the type to say, girl, I ain't gonna say nothing. But so-and-so, you know what I'm saying? So-and-so, you know what? I ain't even gonna say nothing. You know what? Don't even worry about it. Don't even worry about it, girl.
I want to know.
Don't even worry about it. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be messy.
Man, she remind me of that girl, off of Players Club who had been trying to coach Diamond.
Right.
What's his name?
Ronnie.
She remind me of Ronnie, but just the older one, like Ronnie after Players Club.
And somebody said that she a manipulator. She put them in situations. It's like you ain't gotta sit here and hand them a script to say and read line for line, but it's like they have these go-betweens. If you ever notice and watch how these shows, and I ruin this for anybody to try to watch this with me, because to the point where they're like, just shut up. They'll just turn it off. They'll be like, shut up, please, because they'll have these go-betweens like, so, oh, you hang with your girl? Oh, for real? Oh, I ain't even gonna say nothing. You know what I'm saying? They be like, well, just watch your back. That's all I'm gonna say. Just watch your back. And it's like, and then they'll play these go-betweens constantly playing each other off each other in a form of manipulation. Let's go ahead and let Miss Mona finish.
Own up to it.
Okay. Own up to it.
So that's her on the reel. We got a couple more clips. We're going to get y'all out of here. We ain't going to keep y'all too long tonight. Let's see. Let's get this one out of here. And then let's go find the other clip. That was
And in the comments, Christy, you're right, Christy Lives. There is a British ratchet side, and I saw shows and movies of it, and it's the exact same thing, but it's like you have to piss, mate. You're flat. It's just in that accent. It is, but it's the exact same thing, and I was mind blown off it. And I'm like,
it's ratchets and everywhere. Like I said, and what's that? They got that country MTV show where they be down there in Georgia, Florida, or wherever. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, they got ratchet come in every flavor.
Every flavor, exactly. It's just that you could tell that we're influenced by the Americans. Like by America, by the style what they were wearing and everything. I was like, oh, okay, I see it, but it's just been the accent and all that was different. So you're right in the comments.
All right, so then we got Mona Scott. Where we want to go to? I think this is when she on Hot 97.
Struggle with myself because it's certainly not how
this is her. Now look, this is what she like right here, being flanked, and she's the queen manipulator. That this is. I would like to see a psychological breakdown in this one day, Grump. But you know what I'm saying? Like, and what happens is this plays out in real life. Women, now I'm going to go back to the women. Y'all know y'all had that one girlfriend that's always have the drama. Every time the phone ring, every Facebook post is always drama. and your man be telling you like, bruh, no, don't invite her to the cookout, please. You know she always, and all she does is go back and forth and cause problems. Let's see. Zudica said, I think Basketball Wives sis just got indicted in the NBA scam. Which one? In the insurance one? Please don't tell. Which NBA wife?
It gotta be because it was like 20 of them that got arrested for that for
right
insurance and the NBA thing. That's crazy. That's worse than the PPP loan thing.
Crazy. Make all the millions and be scamming. Right, let's go ahead and get into this clip, and then we got a couple more after this.
That I struggle with myself, because it's certainly not how I would resolve conflict or how I'd like to see the ladies conduct themselves. But as
hold on, if you the boss of the show, and you always, I'm a boss B. I'm a boss B. If you all are a boss, you can't control people that's on your show?
No, I just don't like how she be doing that hand gesture at first. Explain, she telling all the good stuff that people want to hear. And then she'd be like, but, and then she looked back down at her. It's like, oh man, bro. It's yeah, you're right. It's manipulation.
Yeah, as he said the reason why BZ said the reason why I say Mona is a high level trained manipulator is because she remind me of my big sister, conniving, devious, and diabolical. Man, why you out your sister like that, man? Now she gonna be conniving, devious, and diabolical to you.
I got it.
You better hope she don't watch Moe Factz.
Got some new words for me right there.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Dang.
I had to look that up real quick.
Boy, tell us how you really feel. All right, let's get back to the video.
As the producer of the show, I have a responsibility to follow the action that's happening as it's happening. And
she has a responsibility to follow the action as it's happening. I thought you had a responsibility to your sisters to maintain sisterhood and the image of your sisters.
She'll be a great politician. Oh, she'll be so great. She's doing good.
Are y'all paying attention? I know y'all are, because y'all pay attention to everything like I do. But I'm saying, are y'all paying attention? It's not her fault. You the boss. I thought everything begin to end with the boss.
She'll be like, yeah, Mo, but as women, I just make them feel free to express themselves, you know. They can express however they're feeling and everything. I just go with it.
Right, Dan. She want drama, and Andy, right, she followed the action of money. Because if it bleeds, it leads. We all know that. We know what time it is.
Does it sometimes conflict with my personal feelings? One, about the way I want to see us depict ourselves, and two, about the way I'd like to see these ladies who I have relationships with and care about, you know, resolve conflict. Absolutely. But the one thing that I committed to is giving them the opportunity to express themselves in their way. We talk all the time about what they have the ability to control. And like I say to them, that camera, it's not a magic box. It's not going to make shit up. It's only going to capture exactly what it is you're doing.
No, you can manipulate people, one, by applying them with all the alcohol they can drink. Now, of course, they're all adults. But we all know people can be manipulated, put in situations, and this brings the conversation full circle because as the man, we saw that on the white man that was attacking the Meek Mill's bus, you know what I'm saying, and calling it out. As the camera started rolling and people started clapping and cheering, he got more and more. That's why I said, just wait. I always bring it full circle for y'all. When that camera get to rolling and people start clapping and saying, ooh, yeah, you're going to turn up another level and another level and another level and another level. And she makes sure that she keep them women alcoholed up. And who knows, any other drugs they might, allegedly, I don't know. Allegedly, I don't know. But possibly, maybe, who knows, she might be supplying them with other drugs of choice to get them in the place where they'll perform for the magic box. Basically, who she is Vince McMahon. She's Vince McMahon in a lace front, is what she is.
That boy crazy.
She is.
Yeah, you're right, man. It's just funny. Like in the comments, I saw somebody said she didn't learn the soul trick, and I mean, like I was like, what is he talking about? And I'm like, oh, I get it. She probably like, okay, this happened, so like, crazy, man. Dang, go ahead, Mo.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but she know what she is. You know what I'm saying? She's Vince McMahon. She get them in a position oh yeah, brother. I'm gonna tell you, brother. When I see him, brother, it's gonna be on site. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, come on, you better knock it off, bro. Don't play them games with me. But let's let the manipulator Scott finish.
So you have the ultimate editing control. You have the ability to determine what gets put on that camera that I then have to edit. But what I will never do is compromise, how I do my job. So unfortunately, once you put it on there, and I'm, charged with the responsibility of making a great show.
I'm charged. Let me back up for a minute.
You got to back up, because when she was like, she said they have control of the edit of what's on there. In other words, it's like they know they had to get with the, like, almost like, not the casting couch, but it's almost like I seen the girls ahead of me what they do. In order for me to be on the show and have a job, I have to do the exact same thing, just amplify it more. And she says she has her job to do.
She says she's charged with the responsibility. She act like she's doing something so noble. I'm charged with the responsibility. Her words. To exploit people?
She's good. She's real good with this.
Bruh, the way she said that, bruh, that sounds like some straight cold pimp hand. I'm charged with, hey, look, if you gonna get out in that corner, I'm charged with the responsibility to make you collect.
Yes, and it's not called pimping and hoe. It's called services. The services I provide for these women right here. You know what I'm saying? They fine, bro. They got some slick ways of word playing.
Let's back that up one more time. When she put that, I gotta give it to her, boy. Mona the manipulator, boy. She put that together quite nice.
Is compromise, how I do my job. So unfortunately, once you put it on there, and I'm, charged with the responsibility of making a...
Look at the look for the lady on the right.
Really?
if Itch Please was a person, that would be her. She looking like, are you serious?
She ain't drink the she ain't had, she's not in that level yet. She's like, she's sober, so she gotta drink some more just to be like the girl on the left, kind of like, I hear you. And
look, she got that 1,000-yard stare in her eyes, like she collecting her lies together. You know what I'm saying? Like, let me navigate this sentence and this paragraph correctly. But look at the lady on the right. She like, are you serious? Are you serious? Let's go.
Great show, knowing what, the fans are expecting, what they want to see. Because it's like, where does it end? When I start to edit shit, when I start to determine, I want to show this and not this. I want you to say this way, not that. Now I'm impacting their reality. So unfortunately, as much as I don't like to see that kind of stuff play out, and we talk about how you can control yourselves. I've been on this planet for 44 years, and I've never had to put my hands on someone to effectively get my point across. You can...
Oh, man. Oh, I'm done. Okay. All right. This is a lot of stuff. That might be breakdown for later on.
Hey, you can get... I got the clips. You know what I'm saying? We do... chat, do we need a full Young Grunt breakdown of Mona Scott? Please let us know.
I got an archive of facial expressions from other celebrities, politicians that fit this category, especially the lady on the left too. Also, so yeah,
she looking like, are you serious? But how is it why are you not a mentor to these people? Now I'm gonna go back to the black man for a second. Now, if it was a black man that was causing other black men adversaries to each other and violent towards each other, they would say that older black man would be responsible for being a mentor to these younger black men so they don't fall into the same trap.
Give me an example of a rapper or because I think this one took my tongue. They actually try to push that on the individual. I'm going to go back.
I'm gonna give you a good one. We just covered now. Meek Mills. Say if he went and got out, you know what I'm saying, and was had a beef with somebody and was about to turn up like to actual street violence, they would quickly say, hey, Jay-Z, why don't you step in? Be the peacemaker. You the OG. You the triple OG. Step in. Why you gonna let them boys get to that? You know what I'm saying? Everybody always say, hey, somebody need to step in. Somebody need to make a call behind the scenes and get these boys, you know what I'm saying, to calm down. They always do that. But for her, oh, okay, it's okay. It's okay that she put people in a position, you know what I'm saying, to possibly harm each other. And these girls like be going at like actually be harming each other.
Or like a Jay Prince kind of. I think that'd be more.
Jay Prince is another one. Yep, he's another one.
And have a, discussion and make your point understood and known. Unfortunately, sometimes they don't resort to that. And these are all, passionate women. And I say all the time, because it's hard to not judge. Everybody can sit at home and go, well, why did... In the heat of the moment, you know what I'm saying? We all do things, say things that we're not 100% proud of. There's nobody going, click, click, I got that. And now I'm about to broadcast it to 7 million people.
Exactly.
So it's a fine line, and yes, I do struggle with it because it's nothing that I want to promote, and it's nothing that I want, that I condone.
It's nothing that she wants to promote, but every time you see the promotion videos for these shows and promotion commercials for these shows, it's one woman throwing a glass at another woman. It's one woman throwing a chair at another woman. It's one woman taking her heels off and charging the other woman like a wild boar. In your commercials, in your promotion.
That's
on the next Love and Hip Hop. B, I'ma kill you, B. I'ma kill you, B. Bruh, come on, bruh. Like she gaslighting y'all, bruh. Y'all.
And once in a while, I might have that guy who, you already know what they on. They just start stuff too, but that's crazy. That but for real, let's visualize this right here. That the lady on the right, she crossing her arms and stuff. She's not, she's not hip to that. She's not rocking with that. The girl on the left, she has that little "I want to be like you when I grow up" mindset, and she looked like she's a little sedative off of that drinking too. It's like she's trying to get in the program immediately. She's trying to learn. You see what I'm saying?
And somebody said that. That's Kenny Burrs. Good call, Azakar. Look, and she one of them ones, the go-between I'm talking about. The ones you can tell the go-between, they the one that's always on the show. And then they always have other ones that's on and off the show. Is what I'm saying? But she's like one of the ones that go between, because she be like, I don't really want to say nothing. She's the fire starter. But we got a little bit left on this clip. Let's go and finish it up so we can get out of here.
Personally, but again, it's me having to balance that with my responsibility as a producer of just capturing the verite, the reality as it's happening. So that's the answer to that. Do I want to answer the second?
She's here to entertain.
Hey, do they like each other?
She's here to entertain.
Hey, Mo, do they like each other? That girl right there or is it like a real friendship they have? The lady who's speaking in the middle and the lady on the right. Do they like?
I think I don't know, but I think she's a steady on the show. What show is she on? It ain't.
I'm about to say
show.
I'm about to say
she on the Real Housewives in Atlanta, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, because she wasn't married to no rapper, so I think she on the Real Housewives. But yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and get it out of here.
My bad.
All right. So I got 2 more clips. Let's go ahead and get through these. I ain't expect this to be this long, but I'm having fun. Y'all having fun? Let me know. You know what I'm saying? That's what we had to do. We had to mock these people. It's not that we hate, and we had to mock them. I tore your name. I'm sorry, Azukar. Hey, look.
Oh man, the substitute is crazy because
I'm gonna be like that's gonna be a running thing with me. I'm gonna mess your name up because you're saying like I don't know what it is. I can read very good. Like a what's the name? Was that Zoolander? I went to the school for kids who can read very good. But yeah. With names, I don't know. It just throw me off. I don't know. I'm sorry about that. I am. I apologize. Honestly. But yeah, where were we at? Let's see. Okay, we got 2 more clips. We're gonna bring it on home. So now we have a clip. She's at Hot 97 now, and watch your boy Ebro get exposed.
Oh, Ebro? Oh,
yeah, Ebro.
Oh, he got exposed a lot. Let's go.
Yeah, that dude, he walking cringe. Let's go.
Young's here. The realness. Mona Scott, you get a lot of heat. The Ratchet TV. making black women look bad. What do you have to say?
I mean, this is the real. First of all, I don't judge these women. Would I rather see them express themselves differently and send a different message? Absolutely.
No, you wouldn't. No, you wouldn't, because you wouldn't have a show.
Man, I'm sorry, Mo. If I was her, I'd be on some, hey, it is what it is, man. So what? I think she probably had to keep this little game she playing to keep her position, or what? What do you think, Mo?
Well, she has to keep her girls in line. So she has to go out and say, yeah, I really want them to be better. I really want them to be. And yeah, somebody said that too. Book, yeah, she is reading the script. Y'all pay attention. Good catch, Book. She is looking down the whole time. She got a script right in front of her. And the other girl even reading her script. Like, they both reading the script. Like, what's really going on here?
I thought they always read scripts. No, they always do. Like, for topic pointers. I thought they always do that.
What I'm saying is, like, she's actually reading it. Like, I mean, bruh, it's like you have a couple of notes or whatever, but peep game.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
But do I think they don't deserve to be on television and don't deserve to have their stories?
Look, she looked down again.
Oh, no, man. Oh, okay. All right, damn.
And then she looked down again.
What? Who peeked that out?
Let's pull it back from the beginning. One more time. One more time. That was Book.
Shouts out to Book. Damn.
Book Cotter.
She reading it for real.
She reading with the big old fan dusting lashes on. Like, bro, like they so obvious. Your lashes give you away when you do that. Don't do that.
Mona Scott Young's here. The realness. Mona Scott, you get a lot of heat. The Ratchet TV, making black women look bad. What do you have to say?
I mean, this is the real. First of all, I don't judge these women. Would I rather see them express themselves differently and send a different message? Absolutely. But do I think they don't deserve to be on television and don't deserve to have their stories told because certain people are offended by their messages? Absolutely not.
And it's damn entertaining.
And it's entertaining, and that's the real.
Yo, can I tell you some other realness? I can't watch any of your TV shows sitting next to white people because I'm embarrassed.
Oh, my. Oh, hey, what's Ebro? What is Ebro, man? What's his ethnic background? Like, speak to me, Mo.
I think he mixed, if I'm not mistaken. But the brother's tortured. It's like he gotta be extra with it. Like, I can't watch it sitting next to people. You know what I'm saying? I can't, when next to white people make my anxiety go up. I need some Prozac or something. Like, bro, if you don't knock it, bro,
he bring all
this, bro, if you don't knock it off.
I know they like, why are you talking about it so much? Like why you just brought them in there out of nowhere? This was specifically. Go ahead, Mo. Just play it.
No, you know what you're gonna get from you gonna get 3 cringes from an Ebro video.
He just guaranteed. He came out the woodwork with it though.
Now he called it ratchet television, but it's entertaining. Yeah, bro, this, yeah, we know. We know who we down. We know who he down with. But yeah, let's go ahead and back that up. Ebro, bro, you cringy as mug, bro.
And it's entertaining, and that's the real.
Yo, can I tell you some other realness? I can't watch any of your TV shows sitting next to white people because I'm embarrassed.
Really?
I'll be like, yo,
you're
fam.
on the show.
Damn.
You're.
Oh yeah, she exposed him. Damn.
It's embarrassing to watch.
She snatched the mic and said, "You're on the show." I was like, "Damn."
It's embarrassing for him to watch, but it's not embarrassing for him to participate in the ratchetness. Like you can't make this up. You cannot make this up, bro. I'm trying to tell you. AKW Beats, where you at, bro? There you go. I'm saying, good to see you, bro. You cannot make this up. All right, one more time.
I'll be like, yo,
You're
fam.
on the show.
Damn.
You're on.
Exactly. Are you embarrassed to watch yourself on there?
I am embarrassed to watch myself on television.
You know what makes us embarrassed to be? You want to keep it real?
What?
It's being judgmental. It's being able to watch somebody and feel uncomfortable about the way they're conducting themselves.
See, I'm not uncomfortable about how I'm conducting myself.
No,
I'm
about the way
literally
they're conducting themselves.
I'm literally uncomfortable that I have to be there because K Fox is there and I have to support her.
This is what he's going with, Mo.
So he's saying she's saying you should be embarrassed because you actually had to judge them. That's what you're embarrassment for. No, Mona. That was a good try. No. But I'll let you continue.
This is what we're
going
going
I hate Mona will tell all of y'all. I hate reality TV.
So what about Love and Hip Hop? Did I drag him into that one
You
too?
didn't drag him into Love
No,
and Hip Hop.
Mona dragged me into that
did
one.
Love
So
and
that's
Hip Hop.
Mona's fault.
That's
now.
Mona's
And
fault.
the Gossip Game.
And the Gossip Game, which
Did he do prior seasons of Love and Hip Hop too, or is it just this season? I'm trying to remember because he's on.
How many shows is Ebro on?
Dang, bro. Bro, you making them look, bro. Ebro, damn, bro.
Whole clown. He a whole clown.
He like
with the car.
He like the great value generic brand of J. Cole. Like you the opposite of what J. Cole is. No disrespect, J. Cole, but like you cringe. And
Whole
J. Cole,
clown.
Yeah, that's crazy, man.
All right, let's go ahead and finish this up.
There's so much.
I know.
I feel like he needs his own credit. Like,
me too.
Oh, y'all cutting checks?
Is he in Atlanta
Y'all cutting
too? Is he
checks?
in
Wait,
Love and
time
Hip Hop
out.
Atlanta?
I said credit, not check. Don't get it twisted.
Oh, because now I'm embarrassed until that check comes.
There it is.
So this is a casting couch type of guy right here. I didn't know that. That's crazy.
I'm embarrassed till the check comes. So hold on, you not getting paid, Ebro? You worse than you. She got you on the straw and you ain't even making no money.
Yeah,
and these are the kind of men that we need to call out. You see how that work, ladies? You see how that work? This is a two-way street here. It's these kind of enabling clowns that go on these shows that talk like, oh, so it's cringe. Now I'm so, I sit beside white people. It make me do. But you participate in the filming of the show and make it so bad you ain't making no bread off of it, bro. Look at that goofy look. I'm going to just leave that look there.
Yeah, I don't like that fence stuff he playing. That fence stuff. Him and that girl off of Horrible Decisions podcast, Wheezy.
Yeah.
Him and Wheezy, I got a problem with for real. But I'm just gonna keep it on him though. I don't like that on the fence stuff. You know, I'm going to my mom's side of the family, so let me go on this side of the fence. I'm going back to my dad's side of the family, so let me go on this side of the fence. Don't get me started on that. Yeah.
Don't do it, Grunt.
Yeah, I ain't doing that, bro.
Oh, somebody said he had his own. Hold on, it was a radio show. Star was on it with them Mo. Okay. But he's sitting right here trying to act like, oh, I'm so embarrassed to watching next to white people, but then you get on the show. Bruh, you can't make this stuff up, boy. I'm trying to tell you. You can't make it up. Now he got that stupid look on it. Look at that stupid look when she called him out. Let's see if we can get it on there. Look. Whole clown.
Bro, what the heck? Bro got mascara on or something?
I don't know what's going on, bro. Like, bro, I'm trying to tell you. We're going to have to start pulling some of these people cars for real. Ooh. But let's go ahead and do this last video. So I'm not against reality TV because this last clip, you always know I like to leave on a positive note. This is Iris Caldwell. I think she was on Married at First Sight, which I think is a crazy show. I might start covering those episodes at some point because it's just a lot going on with them shows, showing how people use people for coming up. But especially when they do the Married Overseas shows. But this is if
passport.
Yeah, for they said sex for a passport. But yeah, this is Iris Caldwell, and this is a positive story of how reality TV show could be done and you still keep your dignity. So we're gonna end on a high note here, folks. And I'm just gonna let this run all the way through, and we can comment on the end, Grunt.
I had been watching Married at First Sight since season 1 with my mom. and we have been watching religiously. And I said, they ever come to Charlotte and I'm still single, I'm going to apply.
There is no me, you, or I. It's only we. We will get through it all.
She was criticized for people that can't, or saying, and not reading. I say not can't read, but they might be listening audio only. It says Iris Caldwell participated in the 9th season of Married at First Sight in 2019. She was criticized harshly for being a virgin. This is where we at.
Whoa!
You get criticized for being. We read. Let's continue.
So this
the defining moment for the entire show was my virginity, of course. That was all encompassing of Iris and who I am. And I didn't let that aspect change me because I was a virgin going in and a virgin going out. And so with that, the show definitely did allow that to be shown in a much bigger light than I think a lot of other shows highlight. It actually did help me, go back and look and say, okay, people will say the good, the bad, the ugly, but that's who I am. I'm proud of who I am. My students are from age middle school to high school. They're watching this. I'm their mentor in so many ways. And so I'm not going to go on a show, I'm not going to go on a show and not show myself in the best light, knowing that I have students watching, knowing that I have students who are looking up to me.
See, that's dignity right there. I don't know this person, but I'm just saying that's dignity that you realize I'm not going to let a chance at fame or whatever else compromise who I am.
That's crazy. They have bashed her for being a virgin? Damn.
And it's really difficult to know that I got criticized so much for some of those things. And I did that, again, with the purest intentions.
It's actually very, very comforting to know that he was like, that's a really big deal for you. Like, you have gone this long, and I'm very, happy that you've done that. And I completely understand and see how much you cherish that. So he definitely is all for it, which is really good with, calming my whole mindset. Because that was a huge, scary factor, was how my husband was going to react.
When it came to a lot of sexual stuff, I was like, I'm not going to answer that. I have 15 and 16-year-olds that are looking up to me. I'm not going to answer that. And so I hope that a lot of other women and just women in general can also see that and know that, hey, there are some things that it's okay for some things to be off topic. It's okay for some things that they don't want to talk about or discuss. Absolutely fine, because that's who you are. You've been true to who you want to be. I love seeing women and Black women in general that are defeating and defying the lines that people said that we could not break, that are breaking glass ceilings and saying, hey, I still got 3 more to break getting up there. And a lot of the times, Black women are shown just as this one character type. And a lot of the times it's so many different layers in that. A majority of the time it's so many different layers. And unfortunately, that's not always shown on whatever show you may be on. And so that, to me, I think is the biggest next process for Black women in reality TV, is getting an overall grasping goal of who this person is. I really hope going forward that a lot of reality TV will show those successes of Black women and where we started and how we're continuing to grow.
What's her name, Moe Factz? Mona Scott?
Yes.
Mona Scott was sending her goons out on her.
Yep. But that just goes to show she chased her dream as far as wanting to be in television. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be in television. There's nothing wrong with wanting to be, an actress or a musician or whatever you want to be. But at the same time, you don't have to compromise yourself. And that's what we're trying to do, Young Grunt, a lot of other people me and Grunt work with. We're trying to redefine the narrative. We get up here, we cut up, we have a good time, but we ain't dropping cuss words every other second. We ain't sit here arguing with people in the chat if they don't agree with us. We don't sit up here and try to denigrate our women, shame them. All we say is this: be mindful of how you're being portrayed and projected to the world. You feel what I'm saying? That's all we're saying. And we're trying to break the narrative in our own way. Grunt, I want to thank you very much. I held you for probably longer than you expected to be here. But as always, we have a good time when we get together. Any final words you want to say before we wrap this up?
Yeah, I wanted to speak on just you had opened my mind more about. I didn't know. I'm not saying all women, but I didn't know it was a thing that they clown on women for being a virgin. You get what I'm saying? I thought it was like, I'm not saying I'm being disingenuous, but I thought it was something that they clown guys on. You feel what I'm saying? They'd be like, this dude lame, he a virgin, you know. I thought, but now since that show came right there, damn, that's actually a thing right there. So it's like Freak Nick 2.0 kind of. You
Yeah,
know what I'm saying?
it's I lost mine, so why don't you hurry up and lose yours and join me?
Exactly.
It's like a shaming ritual.
Exactly. It's like, come on, like, you know, since I already done, you know, got myself in the game, you might as well. Same thing like with drugs and everything. So I had opened my mind right there. I know it's like, you know, a part of the segment of the live, but I just wanted to stress on that. And overall, yeah, this was, you know, very intelligent, like, you know, phenomenal.
And that's what we try to do here. Like I said, me and you, we try to make content, especially when we get together and independently. It's thought provoking, but it's not boring. It's not judgmental. Like, oh, why they gotta be that way? Everybody, hey, we all have our flaws, but at the same time, we humanize people. But what we were saying, what's a big, I can't speak for you, but what is a big problem with me is when people use people, manipulate people. It just irks me. So, Grump, once again, I want to appreciate you coming to join me. Please go to Grump's channel.
Yes,
it's
sir.
Young Grump on YouTube. Show Grump some love with the value for value. You see his Cash App at the bottom of the screen. If you're not watching and you're just listening along, it's $ Terrence TERRENCE LaShawn LASHAWN Terrence LaShawn on Cash App. Also, he has a Patreon as well. Once again, I appreciate you, Grump, for riding with me.
Yes,
it's always a good time. And like I said, if you want to show me value, you can find the link at the top of the pinned at the top of the video. If you found value in the show, and what I would like to remind people is, you did your part already because you didn't spend 3 hours feeding into the system watching their television shows that portray us in a certain kind of way. You came and supported us. So please, if you can't show any kind of other value, please show likes, shares, subscribe, comments. That helps the channel spread. Thank you once again, Grump. And as I always say, pay attention to everything and the truth will reveal itself. Good night.